Hello. Well, I need to learn how to actually try and share this, which I am not so sure how I'm gonna actually do this stuff. Hello, everybody. I am still learning how to do this stuff, all right? And I would like to share it to um, Facebook, so then I could. This is actually my first time to do this, and probably the second time, but I'm not really sure. So, please hang on, stay with me for a bit. And what I would like to do is try and copy the link, and I don't know, share it perhaps to. I would like to share this to Facebook, but hindi ko alam paano. So, hindi talaga ako magaling dito, okay? So, I have to share this first sa husband copy link. And then, I share this to husband recruitment, okay? Hopefully, I can do this, guys. Kasi hindi ako magaling dito eh. And, yes, I would like to... Okay, hopefully this is going to work. Right. So we will try and be using Facebook, YouTube channel now, and hopefully this way I could attract more applicants, I would say, and I would like to really try and reach more audience. So then I know this would be a bit of a challenge from my end. This would be really challenging kasi hindi ako sanay doing this on YouTube, but hopefully later on it would definitely help, that we would be able to lodge. Ariel Tolentino, hello to you, Ariel. Sa wakas naka-live din. Good day po, Maisel. Hello. Hindi ko alam kung paano to gawin. I think there's only you and me here. I've tried to share it sa Facebook natin, sa husband recruitment page, and hopefully people will get to see it, and people will then keep following me dito sa YouTube channel, and hopefully you can share it. So you please share it as well, so people can also comment and watch, guys. So di bali kung dalawa, tatlo, isa lang tayo, okay? But I have to inform, I think, ako po si Ray Gratuito Magno. Hello, Ray! How are you, Ray? You can comment if you have questions, okay? Di bali if ikaw lang at ako dito, but I will try and send link to people, okay? Hopefully people will watch us here, and please watch. So I'm saying this to people now, and hopefully people will get to know that I would, from today onwards, I would be going live on my YouTube channel. So then people then get used to watching me on YouTube. I think I have to make use of this, so I would be able to, so I could reach more audience. And well, it doesn't matter if konti lang tayo dito, but I would be using this from today onwards. All right. There is a good news from my end. Is my audio fine? Can you reply gratuito if my audio is actually working? Gratuito Magno, Mr. Magno? Do I have to elevate my... I think I have to... hang on, give me a sec. Because I did not prepare really, because I thought I would just go on Facebook Live, but I think I would just try this. Ma'am, how to send a resume to you? My video na po ako, 3 years, 1 month experience. Very good. So send to husband recruitment at gmail.com. That's how you do it, okay? Very clear po. Thank you, Mr. Magno, for confirming. And please share the link to people, so people will actually get to watch me here, all right? I'm going to send the link to a few more people kasi 5 lang tayo, and I have good news to share to people as well. And it's very important that people get to hear this news. Louis Lavore, hello. Good evening, Louis. Hi. pwede pakitulong, Louie. I wanna keep using and start using this YouTube channel, and hopefully it's going to work for us. Simula tonight, I will be using this. Okay po, ma'am. Kita nyo, I'm not really used to using I'm not really used to using YouTube, okay? So I'm pretty how do I say, ignorant about this. Di ako magaling dito eh. So I'm just trying to yeah, we'll just use this, hey? Okay, so good news is maraming home, no, this morning, I received a call and I had a meeting, and then this afternoon, kinonfirm ho ng one of my biggest clients dito sa Australia that yung labor agreement nila na grant. Yay! It's so good. So meaning to say, yung mga visa na nakalodge na ho, we would be expecting na mag-grant na yung mga applications ng mga workers natin. So I've got, there's an application from Qatar, New Zealand, Philippines, where else? Iba-iba eh. So they're from everywhere. So UAE, and I'm very, very happy. In fact, one from Saudi, he's actually gone home to Philippines. Naka-quarantine siya this time. And talagang very timely naman na nag-grant yung labor agreement. So it's actually already done to my FB page, Ma'am Hazel. Thank you very much, Mr. Magno. Maraming salamat. And Magno, you have to secure all your documents as well, okay? So then we can process. Ariel Tolentino, hello. Thank you also for watching me dito sa YouTube channel. This is quite new to me, and I guess it's also new to you. Normally, pag nagla-live ako, ang daming audience. Since this is quite probably the second time. I think the first time was back in December when I've done it, and I'm just really new to this. So anyway, going back, I'm very happy and pleased na nag-grant ho yung labor agreement. So I've informed the guys yung na sponsoran na lodge natin, and they're very excited na mag-grant na yung visa nila. So yes, I am very excited. And on top of that, there are also may another tatlong planta sila na may active na mila na din. So meaning to say, mas marami akong kailangan na workers this time kasi mas malaking kumpanya eh. So they actually need lots and lots of workers, and they're one of the largest processor in Australia. I cannot name the company kasi bawal. Hindi ko po pwedeng ibanggit yung pangalan ng kumpanya. You will be notified anyway. You will be informed kung anong planta ito if you get selected by this plant. And then you would be offered with, what do you call this? Contract of employment. You will be provided letter of offer, etc. Okay? So, it's actually good. And please do not hesitate to comment as well, okay? Habang nagla-live tayo dito, please feel free to comment so I can answer if you've got questions as well. So, I'm very pleased, and guys, I'm gonna tell you, I just spoke with someone from Qatar, and he showed me how dry and napakainit and very dry na lumabas ho siya kasi nag-break sila. So nakita ko ho yung workplace niya, and then lumabas siya. Nakita ko sa tapat may hospital. Doon pala he had his COVID vaccination there. So he had his shot done just across. Tapos it's really dry, and he's told me na sa likod daw doon, disyerto. So he's also very excited kasi his visa documents ready na ho yung papeles niya. So we would be lodging his visa ASAP, if not this week, next week. He's very keen to move to Australia. In fact, he's told me his story na he actually stayed there. Back in 2014, 27 daw ho silang na-grant doon sa company na yon. And only him who stayed, siya lang ho nagstay sa kumpanya na yon. And in fact, he said, I have tried and stayed here, Hazel, because I want to have longer experience, and I'm targeting to actually work in a Western country. So I really want Australia as well. And kaya ho nagtiis siya doon kahit daw gaano kaliit yung sahod, and very, very maliit yung sahod, plus napakainit daw. I think it's 52 degrees there now. Sabi niya, nasa labas siya. So it's really inspiring to get a chance to talk with these people. Alrin Villareco, hello, hi. So Alrin Villareco just passed IELTS as well. So he is complying. Nagsisendo siya ng mga papeles kasi we would be sponsoring him as well, which is really good. Okay? Congratulations in advance to everyone who got selected and who has complied all the necessary requirements yung mga kailangan for the visa application. Let me explain to you guys, okay? Sa proseso, if you're new to this, there's actually two parts. First is the sponsorship nomination and the second part is the visa application. So, sponsorship nomination, ibig sabihin, isasubmit ho ang papeles ni employer. So, we would say, for example, Hazel, right? Hazel will be nominated to become part of the business, supplying the documents of the employer na they have financial capacity to pay workers as many as kung ilan yung nag-grant sa labor agreement nila. Okay? So, ganun ho yun. It works like that. And then once that is granted, then we will lodge the visa application. Pag na-lodge yung visa application, we will be provided by immigration, okay, HAP ID, which is the medical referral letter. Pag natanggap natin yon, then you would schedule for the medical exam. It's when and only you will ring and book the clinic, accredited clinic, kung nasaan man kayo situated, and then you book for the medical exam. In fact, you can also probably try and talk to this clinic. In fact, one meat inspector messaged me earlier sa Skype and he's told me na, ma'am, I've actually secured sort of a booking on the 3rd of September. Pero hindi pa kasi na-lodge today yung visa application niya. Sabi ko, we will be receiving your HAP ID potentially tomorrow or the next day. So please hang on to that. And if they can keep the booking for you, ask them humbly na i-keep yung booking kasi baka ma-reserve nila. And then the HAP ID will follow potentially tomorrow, but anytime this week. So he's gonna do that and he's gonna ring tomorrow. So, diskarte sa buhay. If you can do that, that would really be very good for you. Okay, so what else? I'm just very excited to share. In fact, it would really be nice if I can share it. Louie, hello Louie. Kindly share this YouTube channel if you can. Kasi I'm really new to this, okay? And in fact, if you haven't subscribed to this, guys, please kindly subscribe to this page. Anong tawag dito? YouTube channel ng Husband Recruitment. Kasi I have opened this when I started mag-live last year. Ito yung pinakaunang ginawa ko, itong YouTube channel. Pero hindi ako magaling eh. I'm not a techie person, so I'm not really used to nag-share ho ako kaya I'm looking at my phone. So I'm not really used to using YouTube, but I think I will learn anyway. Mark, hello mama, is diri di ay ka nag-live? Yes, Mark. So I think I would be using YouTube channel from now on. Kung di rin ako mag-live, Mark. So Mark, again, I'm very excited na approve na ang labor agreement, meat industry labor agreement of one of the biggest clients. And katong mga nag-ung-ung na nga visa, mag-grant na to in the next few days. So fingers crossed, I'm very excited and we will get them here as soon as possible. Now, another tip, guys, if you are currently overseas, okay, please do not fly to the Philippines. Do not go home. Why? Because at the moment, naka-lockdown ng NCR. So I don't think it's really ideal for you to go home because we may struggle later on to fly you out of the country. I think it's a lot easier if you're coming from New Zealand, if you're coming from Qatar or Oman or UAE, wherever you are, if you're not home. Kasi in the Philippines, COVID is just crazy. Ayoko magsalita, ayoko maging magaling with, I can't talk as if I'm an expert, but it's really sad na it's getting worse and hopefully maging okay soon. But yes, if you will go home, we would be struggling to take you out or to fly you out from the Philippines. And I have to be very honest. Anyway, if you're already in the Philippines, then you just stay there. Of course, you haven't got a choice. but we will do the best way we can, everything we can to still fly you out of from the Philippines. Okay? Again, pag nag-grant ho yung visa nyo, we would then apply for a travel exemption. Currently in Australia, guys, there's actually you may cap limit yan weekly, okay? It used to be in Queensland, 3,000 weekly allowed na pumasok ng Australia. That's just in Queensland, okay? State of Queensland. Now, they have actually cut that to half. So, naging 1,500, 1,500 at the moment yung allowed. But, if you're essential, pag nag-grant ka ng visa, it's not impossible for us to fly you in Australia. If you can get on a flight, definitely there will be a quarantine facility for you. And from the airport, you would be escorted by the government, and you would be taken straight away to the hotel quarantine facility, like hotels. In Australia, we use hotels. In fact, I was quarantined back in April. Nauwi ako ng Pinas before nag-COVID, before talaga na-hit yung Philippines and Australia, and I was home. So, but I only stayed there for a few weeks, and we were kinuha ko kami ng Australia, pabalik dito sa Australia because they want their citizens to be safe. So, bumalik ko ako dito for many reasons, and luckily, yeah, it went really good. So, I was quarantined. So, everyone that is arriving from different countries except New Zealand would have to go on a quarantine facility, to a quarantine facility for 14 days, and that is mandatory. So, individually, you will be accommodated in one 5-star hotel. It's obviously a 5-star hotel. Tig-iisang room ho kayo, and then your food will be delivered on your doorstep. They will knock. You don't have to go out straight away. You will leave my instruction naman, and then after a few minutes, then you can go out and grab your food. And then you can also send laundry there as well. And then fees will be looked after later on when you're actually out from the hotel quarantine, okay? Ainsley Lavori, hi ma'am, is happy to see you here in YouTube again. Yeah, so hindi ako sanay kasi konti lang tayo, but hopefully this will grow. I wanna attract more a different audience. So, nasanay kasi tayo sa, I think my comfort zone is Facebook. Like, it's very easy, very convenient for me, but many has advised na gamitin ko daw yung YouTube channel kasi mas marami daw ding audience na ma-reach. And then so the news get to spread na there is actually husband recruitment in Australia, and we could assist as many people as we could, as many applicants rather, na qualified to apply. And definitely, if you meet the minimum requirements, you would be looked after. Okay? So, I'm just very, very excited, guys, na marami ho tayong ipaprocess. And I think many of you watching are very excited as well na makarating dito sa Australia. So, yes, congratulations to all of you. And by the way, I am also sending tonight more videos to the clients. Now, ganito na ho yung gawin natin, all right? I have to be very upfront with all of you kung ano yung proseso natin, okay? So, if you don't meet the requirements, if you haven't got IELTS, pag wala ho kayong IELTS, wala ho kayong birth certificate, police check, hindi ko isi-send yung videos niyo to the client, okay? Because meron din kasi nag-a-apply na na-select naman sila, and they're not even responding later on. Parang ayaw mag-take ng IELTS, etc., etc. So, it's a waste of time, and I don't really want to waste my client's time at all. Pag hindi naman pala magpursige na makarating sa Australia, okay? So, this is a sample of the check. Ito yung checklist na binabasihan ko for every candidate. So, ang dami ho dito sa opisina ko, right? Now, andito yung requirements. So, if you're new, requirements, andito ho yung requirements. Okay, babasahin ko. Of course, you have to have your resume. Now, we start with the resume. I have explained this in the past kung gaano ho ka-importante yung resume, okay? So, when you provide as resume, you don't have to provide work employment history from 2000 to 2004. What we need is from 2016 to present only. Immigration in Australia requires only for 5 years work employment. So that's all you have to supply, all right? And then you make sure that you provide at least three character references. So it's different when we say work reference and iba din yung character reference. So yung sa dulo, tatlong character reference lang that could say immigration or employer would verify and I would verify. How is this person as a worker or as in general, kung kumusta yung attitude mo, yung work ethics mo, etc., etc., or ano yung pagkakilala niya sa'yo. And then, iba naman yung work employment because it's more verifying sa certificate of employment yun eh. So, that's why we require pag sa COA, anyway, dadating tayo dyan. And with the resume, when you state your work employment, you make sure that you provide company name, company address, start date, and finish date. So when I say start date, you better provide halimbawa month and then year and then month and then year. Okay, start date, finish date. Kasi I have noticed nagkakamali sa halimbawa sa certificate of employment nila nakalagay January 10, 2015. And yung nilagay nila sa resume nila, January 17, 2015. So, hindi pwede yun magkamali. Hindi pwede may discrepancy. So, dapat, to be safe, ilagay nyo na lang yung month and then year sa resume. But, if you can actually manage na i-follow nyo kung ano yung nasa COE na talagang exact date, malagay nyo sa resume, that is also completely fine. Okay? I just wanna avoid issues and drama, especially when your document is already submitted to immigration. But of course, we are going to make sure myself and the migration lawyer that we definitely would conduct our checks as well before submission, okay? Saka namin isubmit yung visa application ng mga papeles nyo. And what else? You have to make sure you provide duties and responsibilities kung ano yung ginagawa nyo if you're a slaughter or if you are a boner. You don't have to state or add yung sister, brothers, or any siblings. You don't have to add that, okay? Hindi nyo kailangan ilagay yan doon kasi sa visa application sa Form 80, doon nyo yan i-provide yung mga family members, parents, siblings, etc., kids, alright? Of course, there would be, what else? Ang pinaka-importante is the work employment and your character references. Make sure, marami ho ako naibalik na mga resume kasi mali-mali ho yung pagkasulat and pagkalagay ng mga details doon. Alright? So make sure you're very careful when you make your resume. Make sure that you provide correct details. Alright? Someone just rang and I'll just answer this later on. What else? Diploma. Okay? So, diploma only if applicable. Only if you've got a diploma. All right? And transcript of record. TOR. Only if you also have got one. Say, for example, sa high school. Right? Mayroong diploma kasi masusupply. And then you can ask Form 137. So, please secure that if you haven't gone or attended college or university, then supply us your high school documents, okay? I-supply niya yan. Training certificate, any work-related training certificate like GMP or HACCP or anything, you have to supply that if you also were given one when you actually attended trainings or when you were sent to attend trainings by sa kumpanya na pinagtrabahuan ninyo. If wala naman, that is fine. Meat processing certificate is like NC2 slaughtering. So that is a formal training because everyone gets trained before they actually work. Okay? So may formal training, NC2 slaughtering, or if it's not through TESDA, meron namang training providers like Mother Earth or and many more. So, but if you don't have that, again, that is okay because we would be issuing you a document. May mga assessment tayong ginagawa. One is the video and we would issue you an equivalent of COE, okay? Hang on, guys. Can I just ring this for a sec and I will just I will just hang on for a sec, okay? Hello? Yes, what's happening? You're right. Okay, I'm just on live with YouTube channel. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Thanks, bye. All right. Bye. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for that and thank you for your patience. Certificate of Employment, COE. So Certificate of Employment is very important, okay? Make sure that when you provide COE, complete talaga yung details. Gagamitin yung letterhead ni employer, okay? So letterhead must be used, and please do not use any letterhead na hindi kayo allowed to use the letterhead. Kasi may iba kasing, halimbawa, working in the Philippines, okay? So if they're working in the slaughterhouse, what they've done, they asked the meat inspector to issue a COE. Yung COE naman na in-issue, ginamit yung letterhead ni Department of Veterinary, whatever. So kahit anong departamento, nag-issue si meat inspector, hindi naman ho siya allowed mag-issue ng certificate. So you don't do that, okay? You have to be very careful na it's not about providing documents. It is also about providing tama na mga papeles, because your visa gets denied, because immigration in Australia will verify this employment. And when they verify, they would ask, right? And is this person, they have actually ranked the city vet, and hindi aware si city vet na the meat inspector has issued the document. So there's a problem, an issue, then there's an integrity check. Immigration would then conclude that a bogus document was provided, so it's not right. And we don't want that, and I don't want that at all. So we have to make sure everything is right, done right from the very start. What else? So provide contact details. Dapat sa certificate of employment, employer must provide contact details doon, may number. Kasi the purpose of the certificate of employment is not only reading that you were employed on such and such company, but it is also important that a number contact details will be provided, because immigration, I myself would verify, and then immigration would also verify and ring whether you were really genuinely employed by this company. Okay, so kailangan may contact details, may email address, and then may mobile number. Kung wala namang email, depende kung saan kayo nagtatrabaho, but normally big companies, they do have it. Okay, IELTS is very important. Now, let me discuss this with everybody. And please, guys, I'm new with Facebook. No, YouTube channel. Please help me share this this live, so then people will get to watch. Because from today and bukas, susunod na mga live ko, I will be using my YouTube channel para ibang audience na naman. Okay? Hello to Mirabuna John Paul. Hi! Hello, John. And please, guys, do not forget to subscribe and help me with this. Okay, so with IELTS, right? You have to be aware na there are actually 5 Cambridge English tests na tinatanggap ni immigration dito sa Australia. Okay? One is, it's very popular that everyone is using, is IELTS. There's also TOEFL and so many on. But we would suggest PTE. It's called Pearson Test of English. So it's a lot easier. Bakit? I have not done it myself. I have not taken the test myself. Even IELTS, I have not done it. But with our applicants, what happened, hindi host nila nakuha. I wouldn't say bumagsak sila, okay? Hindi nila na-achieve yung points na, hindi nila nakuha yung points na to overall score of 5. But when I advise them to take PTE, the requirement for PTE, so if it's IELTS, overall score of 5. But if it's Pearson Test of English, it's an overall score of 36 with no minimum test score on each component. Okay? So meaning to say, pag naka 36 ka, it's actually very good already, and you pass, and we can process your application. What has been proven, yung mga applicants natin na nakakuha lang ng IELTS of 5, I have suggested them to take PTE, and they've actually gotten an overall score of 40 and 41. In fact, mayroong 50, mayroong 52. And ang yung requirement is an overall score of 36. So everyone lahat ho sila that I have recommended and asked to try PTE, lahat po sila nakakuha ng overall score of 36. In fact, mas mataas yung nakuha nila. But sa IELTS, yung nakuha nila 4 lang and 4.5. Pero sa PT, talagang nakuha nila sobra pa sa 36. So, I would suggest you guys try and tell your mates and your friends if they're looking at taking exams, English tests, they have to consider Pearson test of English, all right? Hello to Margo. Hi, Mama Hazel. Hello to Marmel Gomez from Dubai. I just emailed you earlier, Marmel. I definitely remember that. So please don't forget to read the email, okay? And please, guys, start and subscribing my YouTube channel. I'm really new to this. Okay, so next is English certificate. Well, you don't necessarily have to get this, so I'll skip this. Philippine passport, of course, the current one. And then your passport size photo, we call it here digital photo. So go to whatever sa shop, magpa-picture ho kayo, and then you send it to us, okay? You don't have to send 6 or 8 photos. You only have to send one, and please write your name down as well sa papel na yon. Complete name. And then passport size photo, yes, I've mentioned that. Birth certificate, and from PSA, used to be NSO. Marriage certificate, only if applicable, of course, only if you're married. So you have to submit that as well. And for those who are married, depende sa clients natin, pero most clients natin are happy to sponsor their wives as well. So if you are looking at applying and gusto nyo dalhin si asawa, si wife dito sa Australia, then make sure you also start securing documents. Sabihin mo si wife na mag-secure na din ng mga papeles niya para sabay nating ma-lodge yung application. Okay? Police check. So police check is very important. You cannot get away with this. So make sure that when you submit police check, you must submit police check of all the countries you have lived in the last 10 years. Okay? If you have lived in Japan for in the last 10 years and in Taiwan, and you're currently in Japan, say for example, you've worked in Taiwan and then you're currently in Japan. So meaning to say you have to submit 3. Japan, Taiwan, and of course Philippines from the country of origin. So kasi you're a Philippine passport holder, so you have to provide a police check from the Philippines as well, okay? And then there would be forms that you have to submit, which that you have to complete, which is Form 80 and Form 956. But these documents, I would be providing this to you later on when you are selected already. So again, I would encourage, and I'm encouraging all of you, if you are keen to come to Australia, you have to, do not hesitate to take IELTS test. Do not hesitate to secure all the necessary documents, because it's good to be prepared. You don't have to prepare later on and get things sorted when you're already selected. I think it is smart, it is wise that you have a goal, right? You have a goal to work in Canada. You have a goal to work in New Zealand, for example, or in Australia. Then it is actually right and good na i-prepare mo lahat ng papeles mo. So if there would be a chance, an opportunity, then straight away, mai-process ka. We don't have to wait and waste time na antayin ka lang yung papeles mo makakuha, kasi everything is really slow. In fact, has always been slow in the Philippines. Kaya, yes, it is just good. And from now on, I won't be sending videos to clients unless you have completed, na-comply nyo yung mga visa requirements na papeles, okay? Again, it's based on my experience with the ones that were selected already, and they haven't really taken, the rest of the documents were good, but they haven't really taken IELTS. So what's the point? And I can't really let my clients wait for a year or more, or for a very long time when it's already ready and we can lodge na hindi naman pala kayo magpasa ng documents. Okay, so yeah, that is very, very important. I'm actually trying to share the link, guys, para may marami tayong audience. So I'm doing that now, and maybe you can help me with that too. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to share it to people so then people get to watch us here. Hang on. Okay, so if you have questions, right, feel free to ask me so then I can answer. I can answer your questions and I can look after that as well. And then you get the answer straight away. What's good? It's actually it does work like Facebook too. Hey, like you can actually comment and I can read it while I'm on live. So it's pretty good. Right. What else do I have to explain to you? I think yes, yung mga papeles, yung mga documents, very important, and you just have to comply it. Like I said, there would be forever opportunities in Australia, I would say, and I believe in Canada is still the same. New Zealand, unfortunately, sirado yung border nila, so they don't not welcome overseas workers like working visa holders to enter the border of New Zealand. But in Australia, we do welcome workers if you're essential. Now, I would explain to you, explain ko ulit sa'yo, dili lang mag-Tagalog, no? So, kinsa may mga Bisaya diya, si Mark Lucita, ni katawa na ni ba, kaya nagtanaw ni katawa na ni siya. I really like Mark. When I'm really tired, Mark would send me videos, yung mga funny videos, and it does lighten my night, it's really good, and, thank you for that, Mark. Um, so guys, I have explained this to one of the guys from Qatar just then, not long ago, before ako nag-live dito sa YouTube channel, right? And what I would like people to understand, like kahit saan man kayo pumunta, even in Canada, or I'm not convincing you to come to Australia alone, okay? So you can actually try Canada and even New Zealand, but maganda kasi yung opportunity pag pumunta kayo dito sa Australia din, okay? Because when you come here, you would be given 4 years visa. Okay, that's 4 years. All right, how good that is. So yung 4 years, after 4 years, so mga in your third year, we would then sponsor you permanent residency. So when you're a permanent residency visa holder, it's actually different rights already, and you would be entitled for Medicare. Yung healthcare nila dito. Kasi when you're on a work visa, you have to pay for your health insurance. Let me explain about the insurance, especially to all of you na we are lodging, you have to listen carefully, okay? With the insurance, what's important is a requirement rather. So when we lodge the application, it is important that all of you would then, I would instruct candidates how to secure a health insurance for you and your wife or for yourself alone. You have to be guaranteed, or you have to guarantee the government that you have a health insurance, because if something happens, you are actually, you do have insurance to sort of support you, and you will not be a burden of Australia. If something happens sa workplace, that's another story. Okay? Simbako lang palayo sa Bisaya pa. Okay? I don't know what is simbako palayo in Tagalog. So, just in case, if something happens habang nagtatrabaho kayo, when you're at the workplace, you would be looked after and you are insured by the company. Okay? You don't have to worry about that, because the company, the employer has the obligation to look after the safety and the welfare of their people and of their workers. And of course, obligated sila. Obligation nila yun. If something happens, pag na-stab nyo yung sarili nyo, pag na-cut nyo yung finger nyo or whatever, sagot yan ni kumpanya. You don't have to worry about it. In fact, you can go on to rehabilitation, and you have to be rehabilitated really good before you will even be asked to return to work. And while you are rehabilitating, you would actually be provided, may bayad kayo, okay? You get paid. Kasi of course, companies like these, they are well insured, and it's a requirement in Australia that the government requires all employers to make sure that they do look after all their employees and they're prepared already before anything happens. So, ganun ho yun. That's how it works, okay? So, when you become permanent resident in Australia, you would actually have an access to healthcare in Australia, okay? So pag may nangyari, you have Medicare to support. It's like PhilHealth in the Philippines, but dito sa Australia, Medicare is actually better. All right? Na-experience ako niyan and I did not spend a dollar for it. When something happened to me back in 2016, uh, no, it didn't cost me anything. They have looked after me so well. And yeah, I was very lucky. Another thing is, you would then be entitled to access on government funding to study in Australia, and so on and so forth. So may mga trainings that you would attend, may mga concession, may access ka dyan. And then when after 5 years, so you count, mag-count ka ha, kayong lahat na sponsor na namin. Pagdating nyo dito sa Australia, you count 5 years. After 5 years, you will then be sponsored, you can apply and you will be eligible to apply for citizenship. Pwede ho kayo mag-apply ng citizenship sa Australia, alright? So, isn't it good? It's actually very good because like what I have mentioned and like what I have told you before, and I have repeatedly said this, when you are in Australia, and when you arrive in Australia, we don't only husband do not only help you. It actually does help the whole clan, the whole family, and you would then more than capable na makatulong sa mga kapatid nyo, parents nyo if they're sick, mga kapatid nyo if they need a bit of help sa pag-aaral. JJ Delovio, hello. Joko Martin, hello. Thank you. He's from Jensen. Thank you for checking in, guys. And please do not forget to subscribe because from now on, I will be using YouTube channel. All right. And what I will do is I will just share the link sa Facebook. And I will try and do this on a nightly basis para dadami ho tayo ng audience dito sa YouTube. Kasi I should have done this long time ago. But I'm just not so used to this, really. But anyway, I will get used to it. So, when you become citizen in Australia, it would be really good because Jesus, you have access with everything, and yeah, it's just you will find it out later on. What's important, very important thing when you are a work visa holder, when you arrive in Australia, you would then be entitled to a superannuation. Okay, let me explain what superannuation is. So in Australia, every employer, okay? Lahat ng employer and kayo lahat na nanonood, if you get here, entitled do kayo. So makinig kayo mabuti. Mark, you listen carefully as well, and Louie, and Alrin, and everyone. So, when you arrive in Australia, pag nagsimula kayo ng work, meron kayong superannuation account. You will be asked to open a super account. Super account is different from your bank account. Super account is a different account where the employer will pay your account, will pay you, and doon ilagay, ipasok sa account mo, yung pera na yun, it's 9% of your salary. Okay? So halimbawa, nagtatrabaho ka at the moment, you get paid $1,000. Example, $1,000 per week. Kasi yung sahuran dito, weekly. Okay? Hindi ho monthly, hindi po fortnightly yung sahuran dito. Unless you're a manager, you get paid on a monthly basis. But normally, majority, binabayaran, pinapasahudan in a weekly basis. Okay? So, pag natanggap mo on yung sahod mo, may papasok sa bank account mo. And then, may papasok din sa super account mo quarterly. So, okay? Every 3 months, may papasok doon sa super account mo. And you cannot touch it. You are not allowed to touch it. Okay? You can only touch it when you retire. Meaning to say, mag-iipon ka ng pera doon but you don't pay for it. The employer will pay for it. So when you go back home, apart sa pera na na-save mo personally on your own, on your savings account, meron ka ding pera na makukuha from your superannuation account. Okay? It's like Pag-ibig Fund or something in the Philippines. So, you're pretty safe. But on top of that, you're already a citizen in Australia and you would be Australian passport holder. So, in fact, when you're an Australian passport holder, you have better access to be visiting different countries in the world. So, in fact, when I was a Philippine passport holder, nung pumunta ako ng New Zealand, I have to apply for a visa. When Australian passport holder na ako. Hindi ko na kailangan mag-apply ng visa. All I've done, nag-book lang ako ng flight, lumipad na ako diretso ng New Zealand. And I was welcomed there just because the fact that I was an Australian passport holder. So that's the benefit and that's the beauty of it as well. So it's really very convenient. And plus, later on, if you've got properties in the Philippines, pag nakuha na nyo na yung Australian citizenship nyo, pwede naman kayo mag-apply ng dual citizenship. Okay? So you can regain your rights in the Philippines. Mag-apply lang kayo sa Philippine Embassy and that will be processed. And that would cost you nothing. It's very cheap. So you can actually do that. And so when you make investments in the Philippines, at least kung citizen ka na ng Australia, kung bawiin mo, not bawiin, but you regain your, tama ba yung term na bawiin, but you regain your rights sa Philippines. And so you can invest, continually to invest in the Philippines under your name. Okay? So you have the option to do that. Others have chosen not to take that path, and what they've done is they actually have named their properties with their sa siblings nila, sa kapatid nila, or parents nila. It's all up to you how you're gonna do it. But I think it's very important for you to know this. The very good thing is, when I know if you are currently working in Saudi or kung saan kayo nagtatrabaho, the difference is if you're working in another country and you different countries and you do not have, or you are not a permanent resident visa holder, there's no security, wala akong security, so you can be sent home anytime because literally you are only there to work and you only have a visa to work. And if the company do not need you any longer, then meaning to say they can cancel your visa, and then you can actually you could be sent home anytime. So when you're a permanent resident holder, even if wala kang trabaho, say for example something happened, hindi ka pwedeng ipauwi. Lalo na pag naging citizen ka na ng Australia. Of course, you have the right sa land nila. So very very good. And plus it's good na pwede niyo kunin yung family ninyo. You can when you become citizen in Australia, guys, I know to people, to others, this would probably baka walang silbi yung sinasabi ko, but I know to you guys watching that yung nakikita ko yung mga names nyo, it's actually good because it's important that you know that when you get here, you can actually, even if you're a work visa holder, you can actually sponsor your family and friends already. But there would be limit to how long they could stay in Australia. Say, for example, I would invite some friends to come over. I just have to prove and write a letter to immigration that I would want to invite my friends to come and visit me in Australia, and I will look after them. So they don't have to show their bank accounts. I have to show mine to say, to guarantee that I have funds that I can support their travels, and I have a house to accommodate them, and I have a car to for mobility purposes, so I can drive them around, take them anywhere, and you make a plan. So and then yes, so it's really good. You can invite your parents, you can invite your siblings, you can invite your friends because you have the rights to stay. Ikaw may right ka na dito sa Australia, so you can invite people to come. But of course, there is a system and process. There is a process that you have to follow and go through. Hindi lang pwedeng ganyan lang, makarating dito agad. Because they have to be granted a visa before they will be allowed to enter Australian border. Okay? Hello to Julie Quevedo. And hello to Noah, to her son. Hello Noah. Busy sa phone at si wife ko na gwapa. Ay, pa-shout out ma'am kay Noah, my son. Busy sa phone at sa wife ko na gwapa kayo. Okay. Hello to Julie Quevedo's family, especially to Noah, his son, and the wife na perti daw kagwapa. So very good. That is really nice of you, Julie, to be claiming that and saying that, proudly saying na gwapa yung mga asawa. So that is really nice of you. Yes, guys. So again, if you have questions, right, I would really appreciate you ask so then I can answer. And I think, yes, I'm just happy to announce to everyone that I've actually finally nag-grant yung Mila ng isang malaking kumpanya dito sa Australia, and I will be getting more slaughters and boners. So it's very exciting. And yung mga meat inspectors na pinaprocess namin as well, they will be granted a visa soon. In fact, they're attending medical exam on the 26th of August. Now, if you would want to ask, if you have questions like, ma'am, kailangan ba na vaccinated? So, sa COVID. So, yung Pfizer or I don't know what's available there, AstraZeneca or Sinovac or Moderna or was it, I don't know if Janssen or something. Um, Now, it's not a requirement yet in Australia for people to be vaccinated. It's not mandatory yet, okay? But it's not impossible later on if they will require it as well, okay? It wouldn't surprise me, and I don't think it will surprise you either. But I think they would be requiring later on. But at this stage, hindi pa ho siya requirement. Again, if you are curious and if you're new to husband recruitment, you may wonder, is it possible to actually enter Australian border na may COVID naman? Yes, and in fact, we have flown people here already earlier this year, and we have been waiting for visas to be granted. In fact, the labor agreement of this company was granted today, this morning, and hopefully we are expecting na mag-grant yung mga visas na nakalodge na in the next few days. So to all of you watching, I'm very, very excited. I know you have waited for quite some time, and thank you for your patience. Salamat sa pagsalig, and yes, you will be here pretty soon. And sa mga lahat ng i-alalodge natin very soon as well. This week, in fact, the NZ boys as well are moving to Australia, many of them, and yes, employers very excited to receive everybody, not just the NZ boys, but all of you guys. They're quite excited and they have been waiting. In fact, it has been hurting these plants already. Nakulang ho sila ng workers, okay? It's not easy for these companies because they really weren't able to process at their maximum capacity for quite some time because kulang ho sila ng skilled workers. And you know, I think if you work in an abattoir, you understand. If there's merong skilled worker, then there's an equivalent of unskilled workers yan. Okay? So, hindi po sila talagang pwede mag-employ na napakadaming unskilled when there are only limited number of skilled workers. So, hindi po pwede kasi yung skilled jobs, hindi ho kayang gawin ng mga unskilled workers yon. Kasi one, they're not really good with knife skills. You know, they wouldn't, hindi nila alam yun. And you cannot really teach and train someone overnight to become skilled. It takes a long time. In fact, that's why it is required by Home Affairs Australia for people to have at least 3 years work experience. Good evening, Hayes. Good news. Yan, happy for you. Oo nga, Rab, kasi nag-grant yung Mila. And mate, I'm very excited kasi 4 yun na planta. So, you know, ibig sabihin, napakaraming tao na kailangan. Nag-meeting kami this morning and nag-meeting ulit kami kaninang hapon. And may meeting ako, hopefully. We are trying to set up a meeting bukas or Wednesday to finalize a few things. So, and we are expecting, Rab, na yung mga na-lodge na application, mag-grant na yon. Very excited, and a few of them are watching. I know they're very excited. Still waiting po, ma'am, na mag-work dyan. Medyo mababa na experience ko as a butcher. But I'm currently working now as a butcher in Pure Gold. Julie Quevedo, this is what I will tell you, and I would like to encourage workers or, you know, aspirants na hindi enough yung skills nila. You know, you will really wouldn't notice. I don't think you will even notice na darating yung 3 years na skilled ka na, okay? So I want you to be patient because at the moment, Home Affairs Australia is very, very strict. And of course, I have the commitment to all my clients, yung mga employers, yung ibig kong sabihin, that I will be providing them legitimate workers only. Okay? And yung mga may nagsabi sa akin, ma'am, bakit nakalusot si ganito, si ganyan in the past, and bakit ngayon hindi na pwedeng ipalusot? Well, I don't really care and I don't worry about these people na napalusot in the past because if hindi sila nahuli this time o that time na nag-lodge sila ng application, pag nag-apply sila ng permanent residency, mas titignan yun ni immigration and potentially madidina yung visa nila kasi in the past they have provided bogus document. And we don't want that to happen to you na nasanay na kayo sa life in Australia, you're so used to everything already, and when you become very unlucky kasi kayo yung chinek ni immigration, then it's bad luck for you and then you would be sent home. So you don't want that. That's why if you already have started doing working as a butcher, or if you have started butchering already, you just have to be patient and you will achieve later on enough work experience required by Home Affairs Australia, and then I would be more than happy to submit your video and your documents to any of my clients for you to be selected. Pag hindi ka na select ni isang client, I would move you to another client so then you get selected. A lot of people, if I haven't been going live for quite some time, but marami dito, and I believe there's actually many already who are watching, but I cannot really see all your names. It's different with Facebook because with Facebook, it does pop up here kung sino yung naka-check in, but with the YouTube channel, hindi mo makikita eh. Hopefully, I don't know, there could be something here, but I don't know. So, it's actually very good na you submit legitimate documents because later on, pag nag-lodge tayo ng permanent residency nyo, you worry nothing. Okay? Because in the past, you already have provided good documents anyway, so nothing to worry. And without a doubt, with the sponsorship of the employer, your visa will be granted. And then you just count another year, you can then apply for citizenship. So you'd be really celebrating. Avatar 1, pwede na po ba dalhin ang family kapag pwede na po makalipad sa Australia? Avatar 1, so may I understand what you are trying to ask? At the moment, I have clients, okay, I would explain this. At the moment, we have clients that are requiring or are happy to sponsor a couple to work at the plant. But when I say couple, hindi mo nakasali yung kids unless the kids do not need any managing anymore. Kasi hindi po pwedeng iwanan yung mga bata, mga kids dito sa bahay on their own. Magkakaproblema ka with the government kasi that's negligence. As a parent, you have to make sure that there's an adult at home looking after these young kids because hindi po sila responsible enough to make sure na i-look after nila yung sarili nila. So there must be an adult. Now, with my clients, going back, may mga clients ako na willing mag-sponsor but they want the husband and the wife, the main applicant who is the husband, for example, and then the wife to be sponsored as well at the same time. But these wives would also be required to work at the plant. So you don't necessarily have to have skills, but it would be an advantage if you've got skills. Nagbabuff lang yung live mo dito sa FB Hayes. Really? Why is that? Hindi ko alam. Rob, I'm not an expert on this. Guys, is it working good? Baka you're just listening and you're not actually... Is it okay here? Very light lang naman. But Rob, is it okay here with your YouTube channel? I actually am not an expert here, but I don't know. I cannot use my phone. It doesn't support using a mobile phone to go live on YouTube, but it says I have to use a computer, or I can use probably my iPad next time. But alam mo naman, Boss Rob, hindi ako magaling dito eh. Ikaw yung expert nito eh. You're the techie person. So Rob is an expert of this stuff and I'm not. Like, I would admit it, I'm not really good at this. YouTube channel ko nga po pala yung Buhay Butcher. May mga live video po ako dyan. Oh, okay. Yes, I will check it then. Yes, I would subscribe it as well. Ano yung pangalan niyo, sir? Buhay Butcher. What's your name? Di okay po ang YouTube niyo, ma'am. Clear video po. Salamat, Joko Martin. Kasi, pagpasensyaan nyo na, like, I have repeatedly mentioned this for a very long time. Feedback is clear po, Ma'am Hazel. Thank you. Like, I'm really not a techie person, okay? And like I said, when I started this last year, I thought of using YouTube kasi mas maraming audience na ma-reach. Kasi if you look, visit Facebook, it's more of videos and stuff, and it's really good. But to me, convenience, I was looking at convenience, and it was just that convenient for me to be using Facebook kasi isang ganyan talagang andyan na lahat, and then I got used to it. But I think it's about time for me to consider reaching different audience as well, as many as I could. So then more people get to know that there's actually husband recruitment situated in Australia, and that they also have an opportunity to apply through husband recruitment na makapasok sila in Australia, right? And we would do the best way we could. Kung ano yung maitulong ko sa inyo, I would do that. Ako si Ray Gratuito Magno. Okay. Iba ata account mo ginamit kanina, or was it the same? Wait, same lang pala. Saudi here. Oh, you're actually in Saudi. Okay, so have you submitted all necessary documents yet, Ray Gratuito Magno? Paano po, butcher po ako? I'm turning 3 years this November. So what I do po is only do different cuts in primal cut. And nagtrabaho po ako sa isa retail store. Do I have a chance to get... Yes, Mr. Avatar 1. Okay, let me advise you. Because your experience you would achieve 3 years in November. So what you would do is, okay, you take IELTS now or PTE, okay? And you prepare police check, birth certificate, all the necessary documents na kailangan for the visa application. You prepare it. So then, when you reach November, when we get in November, you can then submit all your documents to me. And then, in fact, you can submit it now. But then I cannot process you not until not until we get to November, okay? And then it is when and only I can process your application. Then I can submit these documents to the employer, because at the moment I cannot really send your videos if you haven't even reached the minimum work experience. Hang on, guys. I need to really share this. Can you help me share this stuff? How do I do this? Copy. Okay. I'm struggling with these, I'm not really good at it. I don't know if you can help me, guys, so we would reach as many audience as we can. And please subscribe and help me spread that now I'm using husband YouTube channel. Buhay Butcher, opo, ma'am. Okay. Wala pa po, ma'am. Matapos po kasi ang contract ko dito sa Saudi sa March 4, 2022. That is fine. So how long have you... Now, this is my question, Mr. Magno, okay? How long have you been working there now? Like, did you have prior experience in the Philippines, or iyan lang yung first na employment mo as a butcher dyan sa Saudi? So, can you tell me, give me more information so I give you the right advice? Thank you po for the information, ma'am. I really appreciate it po. Oh, it's my pleasure, Mr. Avatar 1. Okay, sir, what you would do is I would suggest, like I said, you secure all the necessary documents now. Work experience is just one of the requirements, and there's many. Okay? Other requirements, for example, IELTS, birth certificate, police check dyan kung nasaan ka man, and then in the Philippines, in the last 10 years, all the countries you've lived in the last 10 years, you make sure that you secure all these police check. And what else? Passport size photos, you send it now, and I can actually file it here. But then your resume, you send it later on, pag November na. And then what we do is we will just process pretty quickly later on, because without a doubt, I will not stop recruiting Okay? I will continually recruit for Filipinos na makarating dito sa Australia. And November is not far away. It's very close already. So you might as well start preparing and securing necessary required documents. Okay? That would be really your edge. At least you're sort of ready and prepared na. Okay? Maraming nagsisend dito eh. Maraming nag-i-email sa akin. Ang daming sisend ng mga details nila kasi they are sort of responding to all my queries and follow-up sa mga papeles na dapat masubmit nila. I would try and share. Guys, did you share this video? I am very pushy. I'm trying to make sure that people get to watch me na I'll be using this YouTube channel na. And hopefully, at the moment we have COVID cases, tumataas yung COVID cases dito sa Australia, by the way, okay? But hopefully that maging okay very soon. And kinokontrol kasi nila eh. Like even New Zealand, right? New Zealand is amazing. They've had one confirmed COVID case and they have shut nag-lockdown sila for 3 days. But ngayon tumaas yung case nila eh. So they really tried and control it. But anyway, it's one reason. One, the fact is they can afford to give support to the workers to stay at home if hindi essential, hindi talaga essential yung trabaho, like if working in a shopping mall or if they're not working in a meat factory, hindi food, hindi medicine, the government could sustain it and support. Unfortunately sa Philippines, hindi ho natin kaya yun. That's why people are still allowed to go out and to work because they have to feed their families, of course. So, yeah, very unfortunate lang tayo sa Pinas. Sa Pinas po, ma'am, slaughter, butcher, slicer, master butcher, from farm to table po, I know how to handle. Okay, Magno, but we need to make sure that you have legitimate work experience in the Philippines because immigration will verify this, okay? So you need to make sure that even if you have, say, 2 years experience in Saudi, kailangan na yung i-add natin yung experience sa Philippines, you can support, there's actually supporting documents, okay? Yung mga papeles ni employer to support your claim that you have had this experience in the Philippines, say 2 years experience in the Philippines. Now, if you are working in a family business, that would really be challenging. I don't think I would recommend to use that. Like me, ma'am, sa local lechon house po ako dito sa Jensen, nag-work almost 6 years na po, ma'am. Pwede po ba ako mag-apply, ma'am? Wala pa po ako NC2 but I do slaughter and cutting meats, ma'am. Yes, matanong ko lang, Joko Martin, how many carcasses o ilang baboy kinakatay mo a day? Okay, I'm really curious. And then I do ask these questions because I have to para makapag-suggest ako what's good, ano yung dapat. For now po, mag-process po ako ng police clearance dito sa Saudi. You better do that. And I think, Mr. Magno, it is smart for you to actually take IELTS now or PTE, and then you actually secure police check sa Philippines kasi yung NBI clearance medyo mataas din, matagal din yung proseso eh. I do have IELTS and score of 5.5 in total, but my IELTS will expire in 2022. Well, that is fine, Avatar 1, because didn't you tell me that you would reach a work experience in at least 3 years by November? So, November this year, correct? Am I right? Or have I... sabi mo ma-end pala yung contract mo by 2022, March. Now, when will you actually reach 3 years work experience? Isn't it in November? So I think you would then have to apply in November, and so we can lodge your visa application if you meet the minimum requirements and if you get selected by a client. But my question is, would you rather wait until March 2022 before ka mag-apply o ano yung plano mo? So it actually, sa November, okay, if you are keen to apply sa November, then straight away, hindi ka mag-worry sa IELTS, but you have to secure a police check wherever you are at this stage, kung saan ka ngayon, and then yung NBI clearance. Hindi po pareho, ma'am, pero hindi po baba sa 5 araw-araw, ma'am. Minsan 10 pa naman. Nagkakatay din po ako ng baka, ma'am. Okay, Joko Martin, can you send your resume and I will check your resume and we'll see how we go, hey? And I will give you a feedback sa email. I have to see your resume and I would be asking more documents like certificate of employment and DTI and business permit. You have to then go to the City Economic Enterprises Office to support. We need a certification stating that your employer were granted a license to operate from this day to up to present, for example. So magbibigay ako ng mga instructions kung ano yung dapat gawin to make sure that you would make minimum requirements. Okay po, ma'am, I can provide the document. Madali lang naman po kausap yung amo ko. Very good. So ganito, you need to make sure that it's not only COE, but I think you also have to make sure you start securing police check Philippines and wherever you are, okay? Because it is a requirement as well. So habang nag-aantay ka, so by November, ready ka na. And then you will meet all minimum requirements. So mas madali. You sort of prepare yourself. This is what I like I was worried earlier kasi yung nag-live ako dito sa YouTube kanina at the start because I don't remember this. I was worried if will I ever see your comments and will I be able to interact with you guys, or would there be an interaction between me and you, between myself and you, kung makapag-comment, and there you go. You can actually comment and it's actually convenient as well, just like Facebook. So it's pretty good. Okay po, ma'am. Salamat po, ma'am. Almost 30 years na po ako na po yung Lechon House na tinatabuan. Okay. Jogo Martin, send your resume and we'll look after your application and see how we go. And I'll give you instructions kung ano yung dapat mong gawin. And let's help each other. Okay? Alright? I think that's how we do it. Nag-email sa akin ang agency natin sa Philippines. Very good. Okay, this is actually good news. Yeah. So I do use a Philippine-based agency. Okay. So I can call myself only as a foreign recruitment agency. We need to use a Philippine-based agency. We call it PRA, P-R-A, Philippine Recruitment Agency. And husband recruitment can be called FRA. It's Foreign Recruitment Agency. So I do use PRA in the Philippines, and they actually look after, I better say it. So I use Bison Management Corporation, all right? And they have a branch in Davao. So they do look after workers for us, and pag nakuha na yung visa, may grant notice na, then they would make sure that they have to make sure na may na-process yung POs, yung PIDOs, and they look after these workers pagdating sa airport, and then they would have to take them to the airport, and then they would notify me that the boys or the guys have already departed Philippines safely, unexpected arrival, ganito the next day dito sa Australia, Brisbane or Melbourne or wherever. So that's how we do it. All right? Definitely, husband recruitment does use a PRA in Philippines to make sure that the requirements of Philippines is also met and everything is legal. Kasi hindi ka makaboard ng plane if hindi ka dumaan ng POEA. So, walang pwedeng mag-board ng plane. If you are a work visa holder, you will never be allowed to board on the plane unless you have gone through POEA process already. It is a requirement and it must be met at all times. No exemption, okay? So that's why a lot of the guys have asked me whether there is POEA, there is a Philippine agency. Of course there is. Hindi ka po, mag-try ka na magka-visa ka na hindi ka dumaan ng POEA, hindi ka makasakay ng eroplano. Okay? So, this is only to guarantee you, at least you're aware. So, if you guys get approved with the visa later on, before you can jump on a plane, you have to be looked after by my counterpart in the Philippines. They will look after you really well. They're very good. They're wonderful people, wonderful team. By the way po, nasa Hong Kong po kasi ako, ma'am. Paano po ako makakakuha ng NBA clearance? Meron po silang like na platform na hindi na po need mo. Meron. Okay. Avatar 1. I need you to do is send me an email. Mag-email ka ngayon and you tell me, Ma'am Hazel, this is Avatar 1 and I am keen to process NBA clearance, and mag-reply ako doon sa iyo kung paano ka kumuha ng NBA clearance. You just have to email a private company or an agency in the Philippines, and they will look after and process that for you pretty easily. They would do it for 3 days and you get the result back. That's how quick they are, but you have to pay them. Of course, because it comes with convenience, so it comes with cost. Maya ko na lang po kalkalin papers ko anyway, off ko naman today. Okay, very good. So, yes. Hey, I'm very, very happy because we actually have reached, akala ko, kasi si Boy Butcher kanina, and who's this guy again? Ariel Tolentino when I started. And I thought, Jesus Christ, would there be only one or two audience? Kasi it would be a struggle, but luckily, I think you guys have helped me to share Husband Recruitment YouTube channel, and thank you. And I have also shared links to people, but I will just keep sending this and help me spread the news. Again, I am very, 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 very happy. I hope I can show you the names on my wall, but I really couldn't. These guys, I cannot show their names kasi baka mawalan sila ng trabaho, baka kilala nyo. So, yeah, I'm just very excited. And, it pays off all the sacrifices and the patience na binigay natin. And, yeah, I'm just very excited because few of you guys, nandito, ilalodge yung visa sa kumpanya na ito, and I have informed them earlier. So, they're very excited already. And, yes, this will be tuloy-tuloy. Okay? Maya ko na. Ariel Tolentino, opo ma'am, na-share ko na po sa FB. Thank you, Ariel Tolentino. And have you subscribed as well? Please subscribe my YouTube channel. The intention really is to make sure that I reach as many audience as I can. And hindi ako si Madam Inutsan na nagva-vlog na. I really like that woman. I just couldn't stop sharing and naming her because she does lighten up my day, and she's just really, really funny, but she has a very good heart. Team MMPC Gatanaw pa. Very good. Kabonigro, gi-inform na nako ang imong mga kauban, imong mga amigo diri nga na diri Gusalya nga mo join mo sa ilang planta. So, I will tell you this, Kabonigro, okay? I spoke with your general manager ganina. And in fact, few weeks ago as well, when you passed IELTS already. And I have actually flicked videos like the other one has sent me. And he's very excited. And without a doubt, he will take you so you can work with the boys. They're very excited to welcome you at the plant. The fact that you guys have worked together, you do have good relationship already. And plus the plant would want these three boys to be happy as well na may mga kaibigan silang dadating. So, they're very excited, and yes, I will do the best way I could na maipasok kayo definitely doon sa planta nilang Santi, okay? So, very excited for you. Ni-chat na sila, ma'am. Salamat kayo, ma'am. Walay sa pa yan, Mr. Drox Cabonigro. I would be more than happy na mag-uban mo. Nice kayo, no? Kaya mag-reunion mo in Australia. Nindutar. Because these guys have worked together in the Philippines. And how nice would it be if, yes, they moved country, but then, not really country because Australia is a continent, but if they get here in Australia, they would still be working close to each other. So it's actually really good. And by the way, sa Qatar kanina, kasi may dalawa kaming kina-process, there's many of them. But I just have to share this to you, two in particular. They actually one has moved to this company, and this other one only have been working to the company for 2 months, as of today, I think, or as of tomorrow. So they started talking and they said, pre, mag-apply ka, ganito ganyan sa husband recruitment. And they've just found out na both of them were actually selected sa husband, and they're processing so their visa, so they're quite excited together. And sabi niya kanina, ma'am, you know, kapwa Pinoy, nagtutulungan kami dito, ma'am, para kumuha ng mga papeles together, kung saan paano i-download, ganito ganyan, and we're really helping each other, ma'am, kasi parehas din kami ng situation dito sa Qatar na hindi din madali yung buhay. So we are helping each other, and we're very excited na makarating dyan sa Australia. Without a doubt po, sa husband, talagang may faith daw sila, and they really have given their trust to me, and I'm very pleased, and thank you guys. I unfortunately I cannot mention your names, but yeah, magkatrabaho sila, and they've just started working 2 months ago, and they're coming to Australia. So they're very, very happy and very, very excited. And he's told me again, Mom, it's 52 degrees here at the moment. Very hot, really dry, very humid. But then, soon, there's something beautiful to look forward to, kasi makakalipat na kami ng Australia. And I said, you have reasons to smile and get excited, really, kasi you would be moving, worth it yung sakripisyo nyo. Kumuha kayo ng mataas na experience dyan, tapos makalipat kayo ng Australia. So that is really good. Okay? Di pang share na nako sa mga group page, ma'am. Salamat, Mr. Margo. Thank you kayo for helping. Like Rob told me na nagbabuff daw ito. So I don't even know how to fix the buffing. Can you actually help me or suggest or anything? Kasi hindi ko alam. Can I reach you in FB Messenger, Ma'am Hazel? Yes, you can, Buhay Butcher. Yes, you're welcome to do that. Guys, it's been really a pleasure to, be talking to you almost every day or almost every week here since I've started this business. And yes, salamat ho sa trust and sa support. And I will give that back to you as well. I will do the best way I could, the best way possible na matulungan ko kayo na makarating dito sa Australia. And that would really be amazing, I remember pala. I better share this to meet inspectors as well. Yung link, I think I have to do that kasi they also like listening to live as well. Pag nagla-live ako, masaya din silang nanonood ng live ko and kumukuha ng mga information that are also very important, Kasi may may I ask you, have you actually, did you learn anything with whatever I have said to you? Guys, sa lahat ng nanonood, can you even inform me, if you don't mind, can you tell me, guys, kung if you're learning anything, or if there are things that I have not mentioned that would potentially help you o ma-guide kayo, can you give me some feedback here? That would really be good. Nag-share ko sa link para mas marami hong makaalam na gumagamit na ho ako ng YouTube channel. So I'm doing that, and I'm sending it to the Qatar boys as well. Ma'am, pila band score IELTS? Chai kulit, band score, overall score of 5. So again, if you are taking PTE, Pearson Test of English, it is a requirement to achieve or get an overall score of 36 with no minimum test score for each component. If you are taking IELTS, it's a requirement for an overall score of 5, okay? So 5 IELTS is equivalent to 36 PTE. If you have not booked for IELTS yet, I would suggest you take PTE because it's a lot easier. And that has been proven by many of the candidates na yung nakuha nila sa IELTS, only 4 and 4.5. But when they took IELTS, nakuha ho nila, dili mahang yung band 4.5, ma'am. Dili chai kulit, kay dili man ako ang magbuot, ang requirement man na ni immigration. But like I mentioned, Bisaya nakuha. So ang daghan nag-test o nag-take og PTE IELTS. Ang nakuha nila sa IELTS is actually 4.5 or 4. Pag-take nila sa PTE, nakakuha sila overall score of 40. Yung requirement sa PTE kay 36 naman. So good kaayo, di ba? So testingan nimo ang PTE kasi wala pa ini exam sa PTE nga nakakuha og ubos sa 36. So tanan tong mga nag-take nga ilang overall score sa IELTS 4 lang og 4.5, pag take nila PTE, nakakuha sila og overall score nga 40. So sobra-sobra pa sa gikinahanglan kay 36 naman ang gikinahanglan. So you do that. PTE lang sa kalam, dali ra jud sa mga native language like you, sa mga Bisaya with in 1 to 2 weeks preparation, okay kaayo. Have you tried Margo PTE? Have you tried it? Because Margo, what's your real name? Because probably I've been dealing with you, but I can only see Margo here. What's your unsay nga anong pangalan mo Margo? Anong yung real name mo? So what I'm doing now, guys, I'm actually sharing the link of the YouTube channel kasi from now on, dito na ho ako magla-live sa YouTube channel. So, para mas marami tayong audience na ma-encourage, na marami makakita of what we're doing. Indeed, I absolutely learned a lot. Well explained detail, every details including risk. Thank you very much, Buhay Butcher. You know, I just want to be fair. And like I said to everybody, you don't necessarily mag-apply dito sa Asbon Recruitment. Even if you come and visit my page, you watch my live, and if you think you have better opportunities magpunta ng Canada, punta ng New Zealand, or kahit saan, or Saudi, or whatever, at least you get some information that would be of help in preparation of mag-apply ka ng visa. Kasi normally, pag nag-apply ka ng visa, lalo na for Western countries, halos magkapareho lang yung requirements eh. Okay? So, that's why it is good for you to try and listen if you can and ask questions if you can para ho mas may matutunan kayo. Like if you've got any doubts or any questions there, please do not hesitate to. Hello, Christian Tamayo. Hi! I think you have sent an email just then, so I'm gonna read it after, okay? Now, Christian, don't forget, I have just started doing YouTube channel, so please subscribe this channel and hopefully you can subscribe and share. Ano yun dapat sabihin? Subscribe and share and what? I don't know. So I probably would have to listen to other people that are using this YouTube channel. But yes, kindly subscribe, Christian Tamayo, and all of yous watching. Because from now on, I will only be sharing live to Facebook, but I will be using YouTube channel pag nagla-live ako because I want to reach different audience. And I just want people to know that there's actually husband recruitment in Australia. And I have been reaching the same followers in Facebook. I think I already got 13,000 followers in Facebook, but it's also different audience na ma-reach ko if I would be using YouTube kasi mas marami ding nanonood ng Facebook so maraming makalam na there's actually husband recruitment in Australia. And the very reason of doing this is ay ma'am na like, yes, na like na po. Christian, you have to subscribe this. Can you do that too? Thank you. So it is a matter of reaching more audience kasi I really need many applicants kasi today, like I said, may made industry labor agreement na grant ho doon sa napakalaking kumpanya and they have many plants. So marami silang mga planta-planta, iba-ibang lugar in Australia. And para how do I say it? Para makakuha ko ng maraming aplikante, I need different platforms. I could probably go live on Facebook, but I need to start using YouTube because I really need to attract as many applicants as I can. Not the same people all the time because many of you were selected already and were processing already. So I need to spread the news to as many people and help me spread the news because You never know. You probably have friends that are actually looking for opportunities in Australia. And of course, we can assist on student visas as well. We can assist on independent skilled migration as well. There's so many opportunities that we can do here in Australia, not just work visa for boning and slaughtering. So, but obviously the border is shut at the moment. But we can also assist on student visas as well. Ma'am, nag-ilis na kog name. Marmel Gomez. Mas maayo kay nalibog na ko. Mas maayo kay kani si ay ikaw si Marmel Gomez. Ikaw gyud bugoy gyud kay akong nabalaan. Na ako na nabantayan kay imong dagway, imong profile. Kay isa man ni si Margo. Ikaw din ni si Marmel Gomez. So have you responded to my query already, Marmel? Because I think I have sent you an email. I've emailed you earlier. Daniel Hernandez, hello. Welcome to Husband Recruitment Channel. If you don't know me, I'm Hazel. I'm based in Australia, and we do have a recruitment agency. We do supply slaughterers, bonus, meat inspectors for different export processing plant Australia-wide. So I have been going live for more than a year now. If you want more information, you can also visit Facebook page, and I've done so many lives there already, and you can actually watch those previous and old ones. Definitely there are important information na mapulot nyo, and potentially hoping that it could assist and be of help sa plano nyo na mag-apply overseas. And guys, please do not get disheartened. This is very important that you would put in your heart, okay? May mga aplikante tayo, marami na hindi pumasa agad sa overall score of 5 sa IELTS. Many of them have tried and have done few retakes sa IELTS saka pumasa and nakuha nila. I think it's important na hindi ka ma-dishearten, hindi ka mawala ng pag-asa. You keep on trying, and definitely kung nagawa ng iba, na-achieve ng iba, you can also achieve it too yourself. Many as well na hindi nakakuha ng overall score of 5 sa IELTS, and when I have suggested to them that they will try and take PTE exam, Pearson Test of English, they have also, luckily, it's not really luck, they were able to achieve an overall score of 40, 42, 45, and the requirement for PTE is only an overall score of 36. So again, I have not done it myself. I have not taken the English test myself, but based on looking after applications daily, like I have really seen, my aplicante tayo, the guy that I spoke earlier from Qatar, okay, he actually failed, he actually failed IELTS. Yung nakuha niya sa IELTS, only an overall score of 4. All right? And when I suggested na mag-take ka ng PTE, do it. And don't surrender, keep going. You already have started, keep pushing. Keep pushing yourself, and you don't look back, okay? You only look back for a good reason. So you take PTE as soon as you can. And what he has done is actually took the test straight away kasi may schedule. And then in the next 2 days lang ata, 3 days after, sinend niya sa akin yung result ng PTE. And I was really, really pleased and very happy because somehow he took my advice and hindi nga siya nag-surrender. So it's actually amazing, that people do try, because what I'm trying to do is encourage everyone to be successful really and achieve something big in their life before it's too late. Even you take 3 retake, pero pag napasa mo naman, ang tamis ng pagkahinog ng bunga ng pagpupursige. Oh, thank you. Mark, can I mention, please? Okay? With your permission, I will say it. So Mark Lucitay, so he's actually currently overseas, okay? And he's been working there for quite some time, and he's a single parent, all right? He has shared his stories to me, and I was really, really inspired of his stories. So we all have beautiful stories, and that's why you can never judge people. You never judge anyone. And yes, I was really grateful na na-share ni Mark yung story niya sa akin. And I was really inspired in so many ways. He's very excited and he was very keen to take opportunity in Australia. Um, and then he took the test. Okay, he failed. All right. I still kept pushing Mark to take the test, to retake. Okay. I said, Mark, you really have to get out to encourage many people who are afraid taking an IELTS exam, mga kabaro. Yes, thank you, Mark. So I will share your story. So Mark failed the test. Okay. And then sinabi ko sa kanya, Mark, don't surrender. Sabi niya, Ma'am, no, I will try again. But it just costs so much money and I only earn as little. Sabi ko, yes, but you have a long-term plan. You have a goal. You actually want to arrive in Australia and want to earn better money. So Mark, huwag kang huminto and please do not stop, Continue working on achieving your goals in life because no one will change it for you but yourself, okay? So nag-usap kami ni Mark and the connection is just really nice. And, I'm so glad that Mark feels really good talking to me. And he's very open already. And I feel the same way, of course. And then Mark took the test again. So he's done a pangalawang take niya yun. He failed, okay? I think, Mark, was it the third time? I think, yes. So, yung nag-failed si Mark, sabi niya, Ma'am, parang hindi para sa akin to. Sabi niya, parang hindi na ata siguro ako tutuloy, Ma'am, kasi parang it's not really for me. Malaki na yung nagastos ko and, I don't have so much extra money. I still have to support family and my kids in the Philippines and having to earn this much and nag-fail ako, talagang na di-discourage and disheartened daw siya. Sabi ko sa kanya, Mark, you know what? This is a piece of advice, but at the end of the day, it's up to you. Okay? I told Mark, and Mark, I'm really sharing it, you just mentioned it to inspire people. So your story is very inspiring. So I told Mark, Mark, if you're gonna stop, you would get stuck in wherever you are. Okay? So if you don't give your best and give yourself another chance, you get stuck there. Maybe for the rest of your life, God knows how long you would be staying there or where else would you go. But Australia is a very good place to work. Like being in Australia, it's really good. And you know that and we all know that. Sabi ko kay Mark, do not get disheartened, Mark. Please you have been taking the exam. You've done it twice. You have understood ano yung klase yung test na binibigay nila. May knowledge ka na and it's your edge, it's your advantage. And I said, believe in yourself that you can do it, Mark. Believe it and don't stop working on achieving your goals. So, sabi ni Mark, sige ma'am, i-try ko ulit but hindi ako sigurado but I will try. And there you go, he took the test. And I was with the boys in Queensland, yung sila Sante, yung mga nakarating galing Philippines. I was with them. And late at night, hating gabi dito sa Australia, he actually messaged me. And he's informed me, Ma'am, I passed the test. So, I was very, very happy. And I believe, kaya sabi nga ni Mark kanina, ang tamis daw ng pagkahinog ng bunga ng pagpupursige. Because he actually has experienced that himself. And he felt that really. And I felt him as well. Yung ginawa niya, kasi pwede may option naman siyang hindi i-push eh. But what he has done, he's actually kept pushing and moving forward. And there you go, na-meet naman niya yung mga yung IELTS, at least yung IELTS, and then the rest could easily be secured. So si Mark ho, I would better say it, si Mark, we will be lodging his visa as soon as possible. So, Mark, I'm very, very pleased and thank you for believing in yourself. And I hope Mark's stories does inspire you guys. If you're scared, someone who just only have gotten 4.5 earlier, be like Mark. I hope you are inspired with Mark's story because he himself has done it a few times before he actually has achieved an overall score of 5. So yes, well done, Mark. Well done. Kung sa Bisaya pa, makita na gid ni puhon diri sa Australia very soon. Okay, Mark? Hapit na, gamay na lang utong ha. Ayaw gulig Pinas, kay grabe COVID sa Philippines. We'll read. Hello po, ma'am. Ako po ulit, may chance pa ba na makasama misis ko if ma-approve po ako? Of course, yes. In fact, like I've mentioned earlier, I do have clients that are happy to even support the application of yourself and your missus as well, your spouse, or if you're in a de facto relationship, the employer could sponsor you both as well. So, and if, for example, ikaw lang muna mauna, we will sponsor your wife later on, okay? So, sponsor na natin si Mrs. pag nandito ka na. It's up to you. It's the decision is yours. All right? So, yes, definitely you can invite your wife to join you in Australia. And very family orientated, or you say it family oriented, they're all correct English. So, if you actually would want to sponsor your wife later on, all these employers are happy and are very parang pamilya yung turi nila. So they're happy to support na dalhin yung pamilya and the kids later on in Australia, of course. They would be very happy for their workers na magkasama-sama buong pamilya dito sa Australia. Of course, that is the intention there. But like I said, yung mga sa may couple na requirement yung mga employer, gusto na muna nila na kunin mo na yung mag-asawa kasi because of COVID, they're struggling with manpower. And if may asawa na makasama, then it could also help the plant, the processing plant. And then later on, when COVID settles, then we can invite your kids. But you have to pay for the kids, of course. And it does cost money. So it's not ideal for you to sponsor your kids straight away. You might as well save first. Both of you would be working together, and then once you have enough savings, because you would be paying for the visa application, the migration lawyer, and the quarantine, if hotel quarantine, if there is still COVID, and if there is still a requirement for people arriving to go on a quarantine facility for 14 days to get quarantined rather, then you have to pay that, and it's a lot of money. There's money involved, and plus the flights as well is costly. It's exponentially high at the moment because there are only few flights available, so that's why it's very expensive. You try and save first, and then later on, once you have enough savings or more than enough savings, then you can invite your kids with you to join you in Australia and send them to school. Okay. Ariel 20, once you quit, it turns into a habit, so never quit. Try until you succeed, Lods. Yeah, that is really true. So, I think it's important when you want to achieve something and you've got a goal, you continue working on achieving your goals, and you will never achieve something if you stop and if you quit. I don't think it's a good thing. It's good to be discouraged, but use that as an inspiration to work harder and making sure that talagang ma-achieve mo yung katulad ni Mark, and I like pushing people because I know and I'm very confident that pag i-push mo kasi yung tao, it's not impossible for them to achieve an overall score of 5. It's never impossible. Kaya that's why when people receive only a result of 4.5, I don't say, oh, okay, too bad, I'm very sorry, di ka pwede. No, I'd never said that. I always say, don't worry, retake and give it a shot again. Give it another shot and just keep doing it and taking the test until you will get it. So then you get here. Because it's a massive change, It's a massive opportunity na makarating ka dito sa Australia. It's not a joke. And yeah, you just keep doing it. And yeah, thank you, Mark, for allowing me to share your story. I have been sharing it, but I have never named you really in the past because hindi ako nakapagpaalam sa iyo, but you have permitted me tonight, so thank you for that. And yes, hopefully we have inspired our watchers. Mike here from Davao. Thanks for this live. I'm still a newbie and I've learned a lot. Oh, thank you, Mike. Oh, thank you very much. I'm Hazel, by the way. I'm based in Australia. Please don't forget to subscribe so later on, I don't know how do you get notified on YouTube channel. So when I go live, you get notified later on, okay? So, but I will share it on our YouTube Facebook page. Mark, we also have a Facebook page called Husband Recruitment. In fact, I have been using that Facebook page pag nagla-live ako all the time. And doon ako pumapasok, doon ako nagla-live, and I think I've got 13,000 followers there already. And I have done a lot of videos there. I have gone live so many times. And if you want to learn more, you can actually visit our Facebook page and manood ka sa mga old videos ko, old live ko. And also, in the future, if you want to get updates, receive updates, listen to updates, um, you watch me on here. Kasi from today, from tonight, I will be using YouTube channel na. Hindi na ako mag-use ng Facebook Live. I will only be using Facebook Live if I'm traveling, for example, because if I am on the road, hindi sinusupport ni YouTube yung sa mobile phone. So hindi sinusupport niya yung sa mobile phone. Kasi like I have tried earlier to dito ako magla-live sa mobile phone, right? But sinabi they don't support it. So pag naka-mobile ako, hindi ito yung phone yung magagamit ko. So I have to use Facebook. But if I'm at home or in a hotel, I have to use either iPad or this one. All right? Hopefully, not hopefully. Thank you very much for sa comment mo. And yeah, it's inspiring that I have, taught you some lesson here and you've learned something and that you could potentially make use of. Mark Lucita, I claim it, Mom. Hope to see you very, very soon. Yes, Mark, and I promise, remember, I've promised you I will take you here in Australia. And yes, we will meet each other in person, definitely. Okay? Danielle Hernandez, Ma'am Hazel, is there an age limit for butcher? Danielle Hernandez, 45 years old below. For quite some time, it has always been 35 below only. But I found clients that would consider 45 years old below. So yes, come, please apply. And, if you meet this age requirement, then feel free to send your resume to husbandrecruitment@gmail.com. All right? Avatar 1, thank you, Mom, for being informative. Maraming salamat, Avatar. And this is the intention. I don't talk shit here. Like, ayoko magsalita for fun. It's good to talk and be funny sometimes and have fun as well while going live. But what I have been doing is more of give and feeding applicants, aspirants, Filipinos, information na makatulong sa kanila, especially if they really want to work and go overseas. By the way, I've got a mate that I have to make sure that I send the YouTube channel access. So then he knows that I have gone live here because he has been following me and his friends as well. Adrian Malonzo, Mom Hazel, discovering husband is completely a life-changing. The process is struggle, but at the end, hard work really does pay off. God bless everyone. Thank you, Adrian Luis Malonzo. And yes, since you have commented that, people already have assumed that you're an aspirant and an applicant. So Adrian Malonzo will be sponsored by one of the biggest company in Australia. So thank you also for trusting Husband Recruitment, Adrian, and definitely we'll get you here. Okay? The goal is to get you here this year. Kasi ready na yung papeles mo and nag-grant yung labor agreement ni employer mo. So well done. And thank you for your patience. One thing I remember from Ma'am Hazel, there is no siguro in life. Kaya guys, kaya nyo yan, pray lang. Yes, you can never be certain of anything, okay? In fact, I cannot say that I will forever be certain going live and doing this recruitment my whole life, okay? I will only try my best to recruit while I can, while I have the opportunity, while I have the network, while people and employers trust me, that they think I'm reliable enough to supply them legitimate workers. And nothing is guaranteed and nothing is certain because nothing is promised in life. Like I said, if you have opportunities in front of you, you have to grab it and you have to take that chance. Kaya yung sinabi ko kay Mark, you will never be guaranteed later on next year that you will have opportunities in Australia. You will never be guaranteed that you can go to Canada. While I am here that I can actually assist and look after your application, might as well you give it a shot and you try. And if you don't want to go through husband recruitment, go to someone else, but secure these documents, because these are the requirements to especially come to Australia and enter the border. And it is a requirement set by Home Affairs Australia. So it is really true. And I'm glad you remember that, Mark. And I always apply that to myself. In fact, tomorrow is never guaranteed. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you can only try and give your best. Yes, it's lovely talking to you guys. Kahit konti lang tayo dito sa YouTube channel, but it's very good because you're very interactive and nagko-comment talaga kayo. Ma'am, wala may own bills. Mag-apply may bank para lang sa bank statement. You don't have to do that, Marmil Gomez, because there are so many documents you can provide to prove that you have a genuine relationship with your wife or your partner, okay? The communications that you have, photos that you have, or that you've got, wedding if you're already married, marriage certificate, wedding photos, travel photos, yung mga live chats nyo and video calls, if you have kept it, you print it, and parang i-softbound nyo, i-compile nyo, and then we can submit it as well. So what you can do is you can send me the file, email nyo, and I will print it myself here, and ako yung mag-compile, or depende kung paano nyo sinend yun sa akin. Kasi if you send it page by page, what I normally do, pag nagsisend kayo ng document sa akin na isang parang finid nyo lang sa isang feeder and 20 documents. So what I actually do is piniprint ko yun lahat. And then I have to scan it. Ito lahat, certificate of employment, isang scan. Birth certificate, 2 page, isang scan. Photos, wedding photos or a couple photos, isang scan yan lahat. And then I would have to save it in my computer and label it. Para pag nag-submit tayo sa migration lawyer, talagang organized and talagang tama yung labeling, para pag inattach yung file na yun, pag sinubmit yun sa Home Affairs Australia, yung case officer hindi mahihirapan maghanap ng papeles niya, because we have to be very organized to make sure that everything goes really smoothly. So that's what I do for you, for all the applicants, yun yung mga background na ginagawa natin. But yes, so there are documents that you can send. You don't necessarily have to open a bank account if you haven't got one. There are other supporting documents that you can provide, Marmil Gomez. Yay, sabi ko na buhay butcher. Kaya nga Benedict John Sigon, hello Ma'am Hazel, gamay na lang kulang jud sa ako requirements. Yes. So, ipasa na ang imong kulang nga mga papeles kay aron mag-lodge sa imong application ASAP. Okay? So I have been waiting and I'm excited for you and your wife. Mark Lositay, go for the goal, Sir John Benedict Segundo. Shout out all the way from Oman. Yes, Mark, kaila lagi mo ni Segundo. So have you guys worked ever together? Or what's the go here? So, nagkauban mo magtrabaho before. Mark Lositay, buhay butcher, napaka mabiyaya ng araw ko ngayon. Salamat sa Panginoon, sa Kanya ang lahat ng papuri. Yes, oo nga, buhay butcher. Thank you. Thanks for that. That really is very inspiring. Lord Sanamora. Hi, Ma'am Aiza. Hello, Lord Sanamora. Unsay kulang ni Lord Sanamora. Kamu tanan mga aplikante kayo. So, actually, I have emailed you guys all today. I think Lord San has met all the requirements already. Yes. So, napay atay kulang si Lord San. He's promised me that he's gonna submit me something tomorrow. Is that right, Lord San? Or you have submitted and completed it already? Benedict John Segundo, bitaw Marklo, sitay, pero mas okay na jud imuha kay basig ugma or sa makalawa lupad na ka. Ayo dili lang ka mabala ka, Mr. Benedict Segundo kay moabot na gyapon ka na. Hello Jim Luque, hi! Didn't I email you earlier, Jim? Jim, mag-lodge na ta ha sa imong papeles. Chai Colette, ma'am, mura kasi Kim De Los Santos o face. I don't even know who Kim De Los Santos is. So, unsa man kisa man si Kim, artista na sa Pilipinas? Or tigbaligya og ukay-ukay? Okay, make sure that you respond to my email, Jim, all right? If I have emailed you today, I just couldn't remember, but I'm pretty sure I have looked after all these candidates na ilalodge yung mga papeles na. But yes, we are lodging your document, Jim, and so watch out. Hey, get yourself ready. Lord Sanamore, yes, ma'am, TOR and IDs. Okay, get it certified and submit it as soon as possible, Lord Sanamora. He is my currently supervisor, ma'am, an expert and good superior. Ow! Sus pastilan, what a small world. See? It's so nice because Benedict John Segundo and Mark Lucitay are our aspirants dito sa husband recruitment, and they were selected by employers in Australia, and what a small world. You guys, but well, you guys will not be working the same plant. Hindi kayo isang planta, but it's good to know na both kayo makalipat ng Australia. So very good. And that's really good to know, Benedict, that you're very nice and kind to your subordinates, sa mga trabahante under sa iyo. So that is really good. Marmil Gomez, small world you kayo. In fact, na-surprise nga ako kanina kasi nga yung kausap ko nga nasa Qatar, sabi niya, ma'am, kilala mo ba si ano? Sabi ko, yes. Sabi niya, magkasama kami dito, ma'am. Nasa loob siya. Sabi ko, really? Sabi niya, lumipat kasi siya dito, ma'am, 2 months ago. So, nagkakilala, bago lang kami nagkakilala. Tapos yung nagkakilala kami, nagpa-process na kami ng papeles with you. So, kaya yung nangyari, nagtulungan kaming dalawa, mag-download, ganito, ganyan, yung mga papeles, pag-secure ng police check, etc. Kasi kapwa Pinoy, nagtulungan kami. But we're really blessed kasi we didn't actually know that I did not know that he was selected already, and he didn't know that I was also the same. And luckily, nagkatagpo kami dito, and he's moved to my company, and yes, nagtulungan kami, and we're both excited, sabi niya. So, and see, Mark Lo and Benedict Segundo are working together as well. Guys, see, yung mga nasa Qatar, nasa Oman, Saudi, or Kuwait, I'm very, very excited kasi I really want to help these people, all of you, right? The ones in the Philippines, even if you're currently in New Zealand. Hopefully, talagang magkita-kita tayo lahat this year. And sa mga bagong aspirants, it's never too late. You can apply next year. Yung isa kanina, in November, and then yung isa naman next year. So hopefully, you pursue it. If you haven't got enough experience yet, be patient. Kasi yung mga sponsor na natin ngayon, pinasok din nila yung butas ng karayom eh. Especially Mark Lucita has done so much. But yes, okay? Marmel Gomez, ma'am, pa-shout out daw akong asawa nga naminaw sa imo while naglantaw ko sa live nimo. His name is Riza from Hong Kong. Riza or Riza? Riza. It must be Riza. Hello, Riza Gomez, that is currently in Hong Kong. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting the application of your husband, of course. And we will try our best to also take you here in Australia with him so you can join him in Australia if possible, for you both guys to arrive in Australia at the same time. So again, thank you for your support, and salamat sa panunood dito sa live ko sa YouTube channel. And please don't forget to subscribe, guys, and share kasi I'm really new to this. As you know, I only use Facebook. All right, thank you, Marmel. Chay kulit, ma'am. Mutana ako kauban mga butcher may puros 10 mi kabuok. Nag-review karon og IELTS bas hindi ay kaluyan mi, ma'am. Pila per hour diha, ma'am. Asa man ka nag-work karon? Okay, I'll tell you this, alright? I have to get my calculator first. Naku, ko kayong calculator, okay? So, the salary is 53,900 per year. You multiply that to pilay currency karon sa Australia. I think it's 36 something. Ako sa i-check ang currency ha para matubag ta kag insakto kay lisod na kayo og mahirap nang magkabalintong. Iba yung sagot ko sa iyo. Hang on. Amount from Australian dollar to peso. Peso, Philippine peso is here. And the amount is 53,900. Convert. We're gonna convert it. Okay, so ang imong sweldo per year, okay? Let's just use per year so I don't have to divide it to 52 months and then whatever. So, it's equivalent to 1.9 million 42,194,2,731. So, can you see it? Yes. So that is how much you will earn in peso a year dito sa Australia if you come and work here. So, and ngayon, may pay rise since July 1. So, tataas pa yan. That will become more than 2 million per year ang sasahodin nyo dito sa Australia. Okay? That's how much you will earn. So, it's actually 53,900 Australian dollars to peso. And that's the total amount. And again, like I said, there is actually a pay rise sa Meat Industry Award. And kayang amount na yan na 1.9 million, 1,942,000. This will become more than 2 million kasi may pay rise and it applies to all. So, that's how good it is. Currently, the rate is 36.043, but normally 36.5 kami dito eh. 36.60, 36.70. So, I hope I've answered your question. Okay? I hope that information is helpful. And plus, when you work here, if you become skilled and you do higher grade jobs, then you are also entitled to later on pay rise. Okay? So, ano na yan? Discretion ni employer. Depende sa performance mo, attendance mo, etc. etc. May mga consideration yan. May i-follow yan sila. So, you are also entitled to a pay rise and you will earn more money. Alright? Ma'am, ano ni? I think natubag. Chai Kulit, yes. So, Chai Kulit, if you're taking IELTS, may I advise ka mo 10 mo kabuok? Take PTE exam, Pearson Test of English, if you have access. Pwede ko nimo tubagon, Chai. Asa ka karon located? Are you in the Philippines or are you in Saudi or asa man ka? Ma'am, dumating na po IELTS papers ko. CTC na lang po yung original copy na send ko na. Very good, Sandy Wen Ramirez. Yes, nakita ko yung papeles mo na original kanina. And that's why I've emailed you back and I've requested for a certified copy kasi yan ang kailangan ni immigration. Okay, so I will wait for it. CDO Pinas. Okay. Chay, nabay ano diya sa CDO? Nabay PTE diya? Try PTE, if you can. But if not, then try, you can obviously do IELTS exam. You make sure you achieve an overall score of 5. But if you're taking PTE, an overall score of 36. So if you don't know, PTE stands for Pearson Test of English. Okay? PTE. Shout out sa lahat ng butcher sa buong mundo. Shout out sa pinakamaayon na butcher sa Oman, Mark Lositay. Hey! Listen to your supervisor praising Mark Lositay. That's very nice of you, Benedict Jan Segundo. Well, I think he's given you a very good compliment earlier that you are actually a very good supervisor. So, I don't think he would even say that if he did not mean it. So, and I'm very pleased, guys. You both are coming to Australia very soon. So, again, ano pa? Do you have any other questions? And I think I've gone 2 hours live already, which is quite good. And every one of you, please subscribe. Please help me, guys. I can only ask you guys to help me because I can only spread it and send link to as many people as I know. But you also have friends as well, and if you can help me spread the husband recruitment YouTube channel, that it actually exists, and para may ma-reach tayo maraming audience, and like Benedict, Mark, lahat kayo, mas may matulungan tayong katulad nyo later on na aspirant din na pumunta, lumipat sa Australia. So please help me reach as many people na makapunta dito sa Australia, all right? So if you can do that, that would really mean a lot to me. And obviously, it takes many people, not just one, to spread it. So the better if you can assist and help me. I am humbly asking for you to share. And yes, kindly subscribe, guys, if you wanna watch my videos later on, and make sure I don't know if you have to, do you have to click bell or something? I don't know how it works. So I don't know, because with Facebook you have to click something to be notified, right? But yes, ma'am, it's clear po live. Yes, ma'am, it's clear po live mo. Oh, very good. Yeah, because I'm not really used to this. I don't know how you actually have to, how does it work, guys? So when you watch something, how do you get notified? Do you have to, oh, click like, share, and please subscribe? I think that's how you do it. You kindly, do you have to do that? You have to click like, and then make sure, please help me share it, and kindly subscribe, so then you get informed every time I go live. At least you get notified and you can follow all the updates that I will be giving. In fact, I'm really pleased and surprised na nakapasok kayo dito. What I've done is I've actually sent the link to many of you para ma-follow nyo. Kasi from now on, dito na ho ako magla-live sa YouTube channel, ha, hindi na ho sa Facebook. So that's what I will be doing. So yan na ho yung gagawin natin, and I will just try and live dito ho sa YouTube channel para marami tayong ma-reach. Ma'am Hazel, diha na lang ko mangita og asawa pag abot na mo sa Australia. Bugoy kini si Arnel Visto. So, sige, ikaw bahala. Ayaw ba? It's really hard, Arnel. You're really funny because you are asking me if you can actually, ganito kasi yung nangyari. Yung employer niya, right, would wanna be getting couple. Sabi ni Arnel sa akin kanina, ma'am, paano, Bisaya din si Arnel, taga Bukid. Kung may silingan. Hindi talaga literal na silingan, but we're from the same place. So sabi niya sa akin, ma'am, paano pala pag wala akong partner, ma'am, ano yung gagawin ko? So sabi ko sa kanya, hindi ba si employer, madi-disappoint si employer, ma'am, na wala akong partner? O diyan na lang ako maghanap ng asawa sa Australia, ma'am, para may partner ako, kasi couple yung hinahanap ng employer. I said, Arnel, it's actually up to you. I don't think we can tell you what you needed to do, but it's just a good information for you to know that later on, if you find your partner in life or partner in crime, then we can sponsor your partner as well to join you in Australia. Bugoy ini si Arnel Visto. But Arnel, thank you for your time earlier. And thank you for showing a bit of your place there outside work. That was really nice of you. And yes, it's good to know na dool rami ani mga unsa ta kalay Arnel, bahion ang inyuha pa doon sa mga, is it around half an hour something drive or less than that? Di ko sure. Iwo yan naging gibutang din kangaroo, okay. He will be arriving in Australia soon as well. He gets sponsored. He is also selected He was selected by an employer here, 40 minutes from San Fernando. I've only been there once. I've only visited San Fernando back, I think, when I was in uni. First year college ata ako noon, Arnel. Nakapunta ako San Fernando, but I stayed, nibisita ko sa mga Malbasias family, Arnel. So, I've only gone there for, maybe I was there for an hour or something, and then that's it. Yeah, so wala pa ko kabalik dito usab. But yeah, hindi kami kalugar ho kami ni Arnel Visto. And we have not met each other back in the Philippines, but obviously we found each other through husband recruitment, and he's an aspirant. And I do look forward to meeting him in Australia in person. Benji Edig, sabay ko diha. Yes, Benji, please subscribe and share this YouTube channel, please, so we would be reaching as many audience as we could. And gi-message po na ko si, kitagana ko link si Jun Sumsho. And I hope Jun would also consider taking PTE as well. Benji. So, guys, what else unsa pa may wala na ko ma-share ninyo? Yes, very known Malbasias family in my town. Yes, so I actually know them, Arnel. So, katong high school ko, ay college ko, first year college, nakabisita ko sa ilaha. But wala na ako kabalik because, first year college man siguro ko to. Or graduating na ko, I think. Yes. No, actually, fourth year college na ko. So, and then after, kasi pag-graduate ko ng college, I only work in the Philippines for a year, and then nag-abroad na ho ako, and I'm already 35 years old. So, at the age of 22, I just turned 22, umalis na ako ng Philippines. Kaya hindi ako familiar masyado sa places kung saan yung tambayan, yung mga places around sa hometown ko, kasi hindi ako masyado nakagala kasi stricta si nanay. School, bahay, school, bahay, school, bahay. And yeah, I've done a bit of extra stuff, but little things around. Katong yung tapos na ako na, anyway, you don't have to know about it. Maon ay pinakagwapo sa Valencia, ma'am, sa slattering namo, Arnel Guapo. Arnel Viso. Hang on, Marmel Gomez. Taga Valencia ba day ka? Taga Valencia ka, Marmel? Can you answer that, please? Are you also from Valencia City? What a small world, hey. I will wait for your answer before I actually will leave here. So, guys, please don't forget to hit like button, share, and subscribe. So it's different now. It's not follow, hey? Because we are no longer with Facebook. But yes, like I said, I wanna reach bangkod na bag-uma. So, silingan naman ito, Marmel. Kabalo ba ka nga taga Valencia ko, Do you know that? Did you know that, Marmel Gomez, or not? So, silingan na kayo ta. Like, doon na po ni si Arnel Visto, nagka-istorya mi ani kay pakakita na ko siyang papilis, Marmel, uy, eskwelahan man nga akong eskwelahan sa una. Murag, nagka-schoolmate, guro mi ani atong panahon na. But, I don't know, magulang lantapan ata ka, ma'am. Dili ko taga lantapan, uy. No, dili ko taga lantapan, taga Valencia ko. Sintro. Nauso sa Sintro, dili ko taga lantapan. Lantapan is actually good. Nindot ang lugar diya. Actually, nindot mamalit og yuta diya para tukuran og bahay kubo. Asawa niya taga Valencia, Marmel nga gwapo pod. See? What a small world. I would be very, very happy, guys, to welcome you in Australia. Kay pareha sa taga lugar. So, we did not even know, really, that parehas kami ng lugar. And I have to be very honest, when I was processing Arnold Visto's documents, he submitted the paperwork from the institution where he has attended for secondary education. And nakita na ko, saka ko lang nakita na, uy, parang school ko din ata to, kaya kausapin ko nga to siya. So doon ko nalaman na we're actually from the same place. Yeah, so yeah, good to talk to you, everybody. And I will be again. I would have to announce before I go that one very big client in Australia has received their the approval of their labor agreement today, meat industry labor agreement, the variation, and which means lahat na hong nakalodge na ng mga visa application doon, magagrant na yan in the next few days. Ang lahat ng mga aplikante, aspirant for that company, for that company as well, ilalodge na ho namin yung application nila kasi ready na din yung mga papeles nila. So, it will really go, the process would really be quick. Kasi pag may active MILA, mabilis kasi yung approval eh. Unless if you don't have the MILA, then everyone would have to wait. Pero if there's an active MILA already, the process would really go smooth and really be quick. Just like meat inspectors were currently processing very, very fast, very quick. We have lodged someone in the 6th of July and we received the approval 26th of August. So that's how quick in just 2 months na-grant ho yung visa as long as the MILA or the standard business sponsorship is active. Without a doubt, you would be granted a visa and you get processed. The only held up there would be yung medical exam. So like I said, there's two parts of the process. First is sponsorship nomination. The employer will nominate you to become part of their business and they have to attach all their supporting documents to show immigration that they are a good company, that they abide to any rules in Australia, that they have financial capacity to pay your salary, etc., so on and so forth. And these companies, malaki ho yung mga turnover. When I say turnover, malaki yung income. So without a doubt, yung sponsorship nomination will be granted. Okay? Madali lang yung proseso ng sponsorship nomination. And then the second part is visa application. Yung visa application na yun, doon natin isasubmit lahat ng papeles nyo na sinabit nyo sa akin. Once that is submitted, that will be acknowledged by Home Affairs Australia and you will be provided HAP ID, which is a referral letter for your medical exam. Now, once I receive that, I would then inform you that you would have to book for your medical exam only to the accredited and clinics wherever you are. So sometimes, like in the Philippines, there's only one in Cebu, one in Davao, there's two in Manila, and I think one in another part. So, yun lang. In Qatar, for example, there's two or three, or I would go through with that with you and I will give you the list. You cannot just ring any clinic and feel free to book. You cannot do that. You would have to follow what I would instruct you to do because you have to ring the right clinic to book for the medical. Make sure that it's accredited because the result will get sent straight to immigration. You wouldn't even receive the result of your medical exam. Now, when you book for your medical exam, right, you would be asked for a HAP ID. So, pag nag-ask ka ng HAP ID mo, you cannot create and invent your own HAP ID. You have to refer to the document that I will be sending you or that I have sent to you already. So, tignan mo yung papeles, yun yung ibigay mo, yung details na i-ask ni clinic, andun sa letter na yon. And then, you say, hey, I would like to secure or book an appointment for my medical exam for Australia. So, they will ask you, may I have your HAP ID number? So, without a HAP ID number, hindi ka pwedeng mag-book, okay? Once you have attended, the trick there is, the challenge there is getting and securing the closest possible schedule. Sometimes it will take a month or two before you can book, especially if you're situated in the Philippines. But if you're overseas, it's pretty quick. Napakabilis lang kasi I would say not many are processing currently to come to Australia because not everyone is welcome. Okay, only those essential workers. So if you have attended your exam, for example, it will potentially take, as far as I remember, the other, yung nag-grant lang na visa lately, nag-attend siya ng medical exam niya 6th of August, nag-grant yung visa niya 26th of August, okay? So, That's how quick, ganyan kabilis yung turnover. So if you will be lodging your document pretty soon, get yourself ready because we will be flying you the quickest time possible in Australia. And plus, someone asked me earlier, is it ideal for him to actually go back home as he missed home already? He hasn't been home for quite some time already, quite a length of time. And definitely, home is home. You would definitely miss family and friends. But I had to be very honest that you cannot go home. I wouldn't. You can, of course, but I will not suggest for you to go back to the Philippines this stage kasi yung COVID is everywhere and there's lockdown in NCR, in Manila. And when there is a lockdown, it's impossible. I don't think that we can fly you out from Manila or even from Davao, for example, when there is lockdown to in Davao. So, and there are only limited flights. So it will be a challenge and it would be really hard for us to fly you out from the Philippines when you're already, it's an edge already, and an advantage that you are overseas. So you might as well stay where you are and then you just go home later on when COVID settles. Now, if you are currently in the Philippines, you don't have to worry as well. I don't think that is something you should be worrying about because nothing is impossible. We can definitely do the best way we could and the best way we can to make sure that we can fly you out of the Philippines to get you here in Australia as well. But like I said, if nasa ibang bansa ka na, you just take kung nasaan ka man, and if pa-process ka na lang natin, mas mabilis ata na mapalipad ka dito sa Australia. Okay? So, thank you guys again for your support and for believing sa husband recruitment. I really, really appreciate it. All your support and kindness and your faith na naniniwala kayo that I can somehow help you na makarating dito sa Australia. And I would humbly ask, I have not met you before, lahat kayo ng mga applicants, and you have found me through husband recruitment page. And the reason why I have decided to make use of my YouTube channel is, I want to find more of views. I want to find more applicants. I want to reach as many applicants as I can. So then, mas marami tayong matulungan, mas maraming candidates, mas maraming, potential na makuha dito for Australian clients and Australian meat processing. So, like I said, hindi tayo magkakilala. You've only found me through husband recruitment page of Facebook. And I hope you can help me this time spread it through YouTube channel, and that I will be finding more Arnel Visto, more Marmel Gomez, more Benji Eddy, more Cabo Negro, and many, many more that I have to mention, more Mark Lucitay through this. So I would humbly ask your help for that. And I hope you can give that to me, and, you would be a way for people to find me as well. So maybe they can try their luck with us. Ma'am, okay lang sa Sinovac ang vaccine? Yes, no problem. You can definitely do that. Yes, hindi nagsasabi si immigration na ganito lang yung pwede ganito kasi it's personal preference. So kung ano yung gusto nyo, kung ano yung lang yung option, then it's good to be vaccinated. Ma'am, nakakuha na og NBI ako wife, ma'am, then need pag police check ako asawa sa Hong Kong, ma'am. Yes. So Marmel, kanus aman siya nag-adto sa Hong Kong? When was the last time, or when has she worked in Hong Kong? Or is she no. Sorry to ask that. She's currently in Hong Kong, right? So meaning to say your wife needs to police check. NBI clearance, of course, which is coming from the Philippines, and then Hong Kong police check. So if she has ever gone to and worked and lived in another country as well, she also has to supply that. But if she has only gone to Hong Kong and still currently living in Hong Kong, then she needs to submit to police check. Okay? I don't want any of you to try and get away and lie to me. For example, na i-deny nyo sa akin na si Mrs. hindi nakapagtrabaho dito because yung visa nyo madi-deny if you if you would not declare it, because immigration in Australia will find out. It's all data based. They will find out. It's not impossible for them to find out. Straight away, magre-reflect yan. Kaya, if you know it already, because I don't know you personally, if you know very well from your end that your wife and yourself have actually lived to these countries in the last 10 years, make sure that you secure a police check, because when we lodge your application, you have to be responsible. You need to make sure that when we lodge your visa application, all we would wait is the approval or the grant notice of your visa. We don't want to see integrity checks, questions from immigration that you have not declared this, you have not done this, or you have supported and supplied a bogus document. We want to make sure that the documents we would be supplying are true and correct and right. And so when it's lodged, everything would go really smoothly. And if there will be any why or any chance or any requirements they would require later on, if there will be, it would only be an updated police check, for example, or something that is pretty easy to secure. But you make sure that you guys are responsible of your application, because like I said, you don't want your visa to be denied. Okay, because later on when you apply to another country, you will be asked on the document, have you ever been denied the visa? And then you cannot say no, you have to say yes. And yung tanong, may follow-up question yan, why? Because sabihin mo talaga, hindi ka din pwede gumawa ng storya. So you have to say, because I have not declared in my previous application that I've actually lived in this country and I did not supply this police check. You don't want that, okay? So very important information that you have to be made aware of. All right? Nako, gikan ra ba ni Kuwait ug Saudi before nag Hong Kong, ma? So has she lived in Kuwait and has she really lived in Saudi, or has she only visited the place for a few days? Now, Marmel, if she has actually lived in Kuwait for 6 months or whatever, if she has worked there, if she has lived in Saudi as well and worked, she has to secure these documents. Now, what we will do for you is, we can if hindi lalabas yung police check ni Mrs. straight away, pwede naman nating i-lodge yung visa mo una, and then i-follow natin yung application ni Mrs. once ma-comply na niya yung lahat ng requirements, okay? That's how we gonna do it. Okay, guys, I have been talking for 2 hours and a half already. It's 11:47 p.m. in Australia. And I haven't had my dinner yet, and I don't think I will eat dinner anymore. Okay, late naman. Working 2 years, ma'am, each country. Okay, Marmel, then the answer is, I have to find your paperwork, Marmel. I have to write down, make sure that I don't miss that. Okay, Marmel, make sure that si Mrs. I have to make sure that I write it down. Okay. What did you say? Hong Kong, Saudi, and asa itong isa ka lugar? Kuwait. Okay. So make sure, Marmel, that alam ko na yung mangyayari, unless secure agad ni Mrs. yung mga police check. Pag hindi niya ma-secure agad, maglalodge tayo ng papeles mo and ihabol natin yung sa kanya later on, okay? She will be under your visa application. So that's how we will do it. Alright? Na hiring construction worker, ma'am. Edwardson Canilo. Wala pa po, sir. Paki-subscribe ang YouTube channel, sir, and keep following us because there may be opportunity for you in the future. So please keep following us. And yes, you never know. There might be an opportunity for you, and then you can apply. So again, to all of you who has tirelessly has been supporting Husband Recruitment, I thank you, everyone. I have to say good night now. I would have to have my coffee break, and then I would get myself ready to go to bed. So maraming salamat for watching and for supporting and spread the news. Again, if you don't know me, I'm Hazel. I'm based in Australia. We do have a recruitment agency here, and we do look after process slaughterers and bonus, meat inspectors, and meat inspectors for different export processing plant Australia wide. So we have clients in Victoria, we have clients in New South Wales, South Australia, Queensland. Okay, so thank you all for supporting. Thank you all for watching. Make sure, guys, you done subscribing. Thank you, Edward, Son, Canillo. Don't forget to share as well. It's been a pleasure, and Chai Kulit, maraming salamat. Salamat kayo, taga Cagayan. Salamat sa pagtanaw. So, good luck sa inyong review, and never stop. You don't stop. Pasaran ninyo inyong exam. If di mo mapasar diretso, di ninyo makuha ang overall score of 5, try it again just like Mark Lositay, okay? Ingat po lagi, ma'am. Thank you, Adrian Malonzo. Thank you. And, it's really been a pleasure, guys, to be talking with you and sharing, what I know and what I understand here, the process, and hope may napulot kayo. Information at the end of the day is very important. I believe you can make use of it wherever you go. Once available hiring. Currently, we're hiring slaughterers, boners, and meat inspectors for different export processing plant. I'm talking about states of Victoria, South Australia, and New South Wales, and Queensland at the moment. So 4 states in Australia. I do have clients on these sa 4 states na to, and nagsusupply tayo ng mga workers, and my wall is covered with names kasi ang dami hong nilalodge natin ng application. Salamat po, ma'am. God bless. Thank you, Ariel Tolentino. Again, guys, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube channel, you still support me, and I really appreciate it. And, this is not the end. Magkita-kita ho tayo, in the next few days dito sa YouTube channel. But definitely, I do look forward to meeting you in person in Australia, in the land down under. That will really happen, okay? Salamat, Ma'am Amping. Always, God bless you. Thank you, Edwardson Canilo. Benji Edig, fingers crossed. I will see you again. I've met you in person in Wellington. Na ako na po yung muluto ni Mukaldireta diri sa Australia, hey? But, sabot tadaan, ako yung muluto og kaldereta, but ikaw tudlo na ako sa pagluto. Because I can't cook it. Well, I would better bake something for you, something different. Lutuan na lang takaglam. Thank you, Ma'am Amping Permi. Yes, Jim. So, guys, many of you that are watching now, we will be lodging your visa very soon. Next week, stay patient. In life, you have to be patient. We will get you here. Do not lose hope. I'm working on it. I'm doing the best way we could. Your employers are working from their end to providing documents required by Home Affairs Australia. And yes, we will get you here this year. Okay? So, work with me. If you have not submitted all the requirements, make sure you submit it. And before lodging these documents, we will conduct a review, a thorough review of the documents, make sure it's all right, everything is good. So when we lodge your visa application, things will really go and run smoothly for you. So have faith, guys. I will definitely see you in Australia. And thank you for checking in to my YouTube channel. I'm just new to this, so please help me because I really don't know this stuff, but I'll be fine. I think, we will be all right. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Hazel, sa pag-asa. Yes, hope is very important, and I am very hopeful person personally. And it's good that I am giving you hopes as well, and you hold on to it, and you never lose hope, as they say. Benji Edig, sige ma'am. Yes, Benji, salamat. And again, Benji, I will never stop saying this. Thank you for looking after me when I was in Wellington, New Zealand. I really appreciate how you've welcomed me warmly, and how you've looked after me when I was there in your comfort zone. So maraming salamat, Benji. Benedict John Sigondo, waiting na results sa IELTS na kumam. Very good, Benedict John Sigondo. You will definitely pass. You would not really pass. It's not the term, but pass or failing. But I believe you will achieve the overall score required of 5. all you have to do is get it certified as soon as you receive the hard copy. Marmel Gomez, salamat sa live, ma. Walay sa pa yan, Marmel, kay silingan naman na itasus. Ug si Arnel Visto. Kung dili tungod sa husband recruitment, wata nagkaila, no? So, magkita rata diri sa Australia, and maybe we can do a little reunion when we go home in the future po sa atong bukid. Kaya parehas may ni taga bukid. Again, guys, thank you very much. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. And again, I will be using, I have to announce it. I will be using YouTube channel now. If I go live, I will not be using Facebook anymore unless I'm on mobile, unless I'm actually driving somewhere. I will be using this, and I will only be sharing the link. So make sure you subscribe. So then when I go live, you get informed, you get notified, and then you can watch me and hear updates from me that are very important for you guys, especially that, you know, these are very important information for you. Benji Eddie, yes, Benji, it will happen soon. Thank you again, Benji. Maraming salamat. Bisaya po din si Benji Eddie, and very, very wonderful man. So, gwapo po kayo ni siyang storya. Iya po kung gisira na ni siyang kinabuhi. Again, good night, Benji. You have to go to bed now. It's actually, it's late now. It's 3 a.m. there, isn't it? Or 2. So, late na kayo. Benji is from New Zealand, Wellington. Guys, thank you very much. I want you to stay safe. You look after. If you don't necessarily have to go out, don't go out. Stay at home. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated. I'm not convincing you, okay? But if you can, it's a way of protecting your families, your loved ones, even people you don't know. So, yes, make sure you stay safe and you do not get COVID, because that will stop you and delay your arrival in Australia if you already have the visa, if you have COVID. Okay? So, you protect yourself, stay responsible, and look after yourself. All right? We will be in touch. I will be in touch with you. I'll keep you posted. Again, I'm very happy, and I guess many of you is because meat industry labor agreement of one of the biggest clients I have na approve ho today. So I'm very, very happy, and which means kailangan ko ng more workers, applicants. That's why I'm using this. Again, thank you very much, and good night. Thank you for supporting me tirelessly. I'm so grateful that I have your back and you have mine as well. So thank you, and good night, everybody. Let's all have a good rest day, and we'll, tomorrow is another day, and we'll see each other again next time, 2 a.m. See, matulog na ka, Benji. It's 2 a.m. there, and it's 11:58 p.m. in Australia. God bless po, ma'am. Ingat always. Thank you, Drox Cabonegro. Mag-ingat din ho kayo. Thank you, everybody. I have to get kept moving, and yes, we'll stay in touch. Maraming salamat, and see you again here. Again, it's Hazel here. I'm based in Australia. We do have a recruitment agency, and we're looking after hiring slaughterers, boners, and meat inspectors for different export processing plant Australia-wide. Please don't forget to hit like and share and subscribe button for Husband Recruitment Page YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone. Good night. And, you have a good rest. We'll see you again next time. Thank you. Bye. Ta-da.